and it'll calculate.
All right, Donis, your button's the 8 seats.
What am I on?
You hear it all the time. Like,
So the button's in the 8 seat.
Especially started off rough the other game, brought it back.
Oh, you saw me on the street? Oh, man. I put her on that exact hand. Hey, I got my money in good.
Then you folded a couple like good hands. It's like,
Huh?
what are you doing?
Yes. Oh, that pocket tens when she had queen jack.
Yeah, and then hers one.
We have these headphones over there, Donis.
I'll remember.
Russ, you got
What do you mean? What do you, dude?
It was like same 30 minutes. Same
all the ones I folded, I was in, like, it was so possible that they were on that hand range to hit.
Yeah.
They beat me.
for sure.
We saw my
But
sick
when you
call
were-
against Louis, though, right?
Yeah, but you were stuck.
All right, guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. Best Bet Live, 2-2, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash action. My name's Dustin Shacklock. We're on the first hand of the night. Thanks for watching. Looks like we got Cody T limping the cutoff here. 3-4 spades. Suited connection actor. All right, here we go. On to the turn and the river. Looks like all 4 players in the hand. Miss, king high. Oh, 9 for the straight. There it is, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. Jim making a straight. First hand of the night. Doesn't get a whole lot of value for that straight, but picks up a winner. Nonetheless, thanks for tuning in. We're off. 2-2, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash, 500 max buy-in.
Playing nothing but kings. All playing.
You got myself, Dustin Shacklock in the booth. Might be joined a little later by the boss man, Jesse Hollander. He's wandering around here somewhere.
Oh, thank you. It's my grandpa.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love these 2-2, no limit, deep stack cash streams. All right, second hand of the night. Cody T in the 7 seat, picking up big, slick, suited ace, king of diamonds. Makes it 12 to go. Bombing it over the limp from Jared, who limped the ace 6 suited. Cody T making it 12 with ace, king of diamonds. Picks up a call from Jared. We're going heads up to the flop. Durban Jag in the chat. What's happening, man? What's going on? Everything's good. Hope everything's good your way. Looks like a little bit of flop lag. There it is, all spade board. Cody with the C bet. Takes it down. Check, bet, fold. All spade board, no help to Jared's ace 6 of hearts. Cody takes it down. Had the best hand the whole way. Plus 16, second hand of the night. Everybody that's been tuning in since the radio show, we appreciate the patronage. Jeff under the gun, 8-6 offsuit in the muck. Holds around to Will. Middle position, getting rid of the jack 5 suited, 9-10 suited in the muck. Jim with pocket 4s. Jim folding the pocket 4s early in the game. Looks like folds around. We have our first chop of the night. We're 3 hands into the 2-2 no limit deep stack stream, and we have our first chop of the night.
Who wants to flip? You want to
Pocket 4s in the muck. Jim doesn't want to mix it up too early in the game. Let them build up a stack so they can W up. Maybe that's the strategy there. Cody limping jack 10 offsuit under the gun +1. Couple of junky hands. Nobody with anything to call him with in the muck. This time Russ picking up ace 10 offsuit. Makes it 15. Gets called by Bob on the button. Queen jack suited. Suited Broadway cards. Kyle picking up 2 black queens in the small blind just with the call. Decides not to go for the 3-bet. Flopping the case queen. Top set for Kyle in the small blind. Check, check. Checks it over to Russ, the original razor in the hand. He checks back the ace 10 offsuit. Bob's got to think he's got the best hand here after everyone checks. He's got the top pair with a good kicker. Makes it 65 to go. Kyle with the flat call with the top set, trying to get trappy with the 2 black queens. Might see some action here. Bob picking up a flush draw. Top pair on the flop. picks up a flush draw on the turn. Kyle leads out on the turn for 80. Gets snap called by the flush draw. Pairing of flush draws, a pretty strong hand and no limit hold'em. Wow. Kyle fills up on the river. Queens full of aces. 4 hands in. Gets his last 342 in the middle. Kyle fires 342 into a pot of about 365. Bob getting about 2-1 on a call here. Can Kyle catch running aces in this spot? The diamonds get there too. Diamonds get there on the river. If Kyle flops a diamond draw there, he gets there on the river. Bob left with just 2 pair. Aces and queens with a jack. Kyle coming out for about a pot-sized bet here on the river. Kyle went check, bet, jam. Ooh, Bob makes the call. Gets the bad news. Tough to put him on that hand when he didn't 3-bet pre-flop. 4 hands in. Kyle gets the instant double up. Bob couldn't get away from top pair there on the flop. Kyle up 541. 250 big blinds. 4 hands into the game. So sick. Five hands in. Kyle already up $543. Looks like Bob's going to hit the rail and go get a reload. Kyle running good so far. Bob's going to take a walk after getting stung. Bricks his flush draw. Can't get away from it on the river. Guy with a big double up early on in this 2-2 no limit hold'em deep stack cash game. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Always a lot of action on these streams. Always a lot of fun to watch. Cody lipping the ace deuce suited. I like to come in for a raise in these spots with these suited wheel ace cards. You guys let me know in the chat how you guys like to plan. Are you guys limping like ace 4, ace 5 suited? You guys limping in with ace deuce? What are you guys doing? You guys coming in for a raise in early position? Just let them hit the muck? I like to come in for a raise. Folds it around to Jeff, coming in for the raise with the Jack 10 suited flop in the open ender. Jared's got 2 of his blockers. He's got the 8 and the king.
Oh, you remember that hand I told you I had 10s? We played a couple weeks ago. Tony had pocket jacks, and I would have turned instead of 10s. Yeah. You were like, oh, only if it reads.
Durbin Jag in the chat, always raise if first into the pot. Yeah, I agree. But are you raising under the gun with ace 4 suited? I know I am. I like to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to bump it up with ace 4, ace 5 suited. You have card removal, blocking some of the aces. It's hard for your opponents to have ace king, ace queen, pocket aces. Looks like Jim coming in for a raise here with queen 10 offsuit in early position, making it 12 to go. Looks like he might get this one through. He does. Button moves. Jim's going to pick up the blinds, and we're on to the next hand. Looks like Bob's still got a little nub of chips there. Guess he went for the reload. Bryson under the gun. UTG picking up pocket queens. Ooh, getting trappy with it. Just coming in for the limp. Setting the trap. Sometimes you set the trap, you get stung in your own trap. I've seen it happen. Oh, Kyle, pocket kings. Looks like Russ comes in for a raise with some mystery cards. Kyle picking up 2 kings. 2 hands after flopping top set with queens. Kyle just with the call. Pocket kings. There it goes. Bryson springing the trap. Makes the 4-bet to 55. Russ gets out of the way. Kyle's going to rip it here with 2 kings. Ooh, both players trying to trap each other. Bryson gets stung a little bit. I don't think anything changes. I think it all goes in either way. Neither player with a club. That's going to do it. Kyle with pocket kings, running good. Kyle limp both times, just calling somebody in front of his raised first end. Kyle just calling with 2 monster hands. Worked out both times. Bryson getting stung in that pot for 250. Kyle picks up 300 that hand. Nice start to the night for him for sure. Durbin Jag in the chat. Running good. All right, looks like we got a straddle up this hand in the 3 seat. Bob coming back in for the straddle. It's going to be 4 to go. Action's going to start there in the 4 seat on Kyle. Kyle in the 4 seat is going to start the action. Everybody tuning in, watching on YouTube. What's happening? What's going on? Nick from Yuma. All you guys, what's up? Matt Marvin, what's up, man? Hope you did better than I did last weekend in the 30K. This time, Russ picking up 2 red aces in the big blind in a straddle pot. Makes it 20 to go. Gets a call out of Jeff in early position. Going heads up to the flop. Jack 6-6 board. Pretty safe board for 2 aces. Russ coming out with the down bet on the Jack 6-6 board, making it 15 into 40. Gets the fold out of Jeff. Button moves on to the next hand. Mo the Cat in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on with your sound, man. I think it's good on our end. Everyone else seems to. I'll double check it for you. Egyptian Trader down 250. Done with poker. Buddy, if I quit the first time I lost 250, I wouldn't have played poker in about the last 15 years. Jeff for pocket 8s, under the gun +1, making it 10 to go. Kind of a small raise for this game. We usually see opens to like $12, $15. Gets called by Cody T, King 10 offsuit. We're going to be heads up to the flop. Pocket 8's not that big of a favorite against King 10 offsuit, 46-54. On the flop, though, you see that changes. 70-30 almost. Jeff with the continuation bet. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff with the check on the flop. Cody bet the 15. Jeff called. Pocket 8's good. Takes it down. Bob Seals in the Facebook chat. What's up, buddy? Hope everything's good. Hope you're doing well.
Let's get those up a little bit.
You know that's not true.
I haven't played with you in a minute.
We've got a couple of junkie hands showing up, hitting the muck. Looks like this is straddle pot. Kyle flopping middle pair on the queen deuce tray board. Russ with a gutter ball. Needs a 4 for a straight. Kyle turning 2 pair. Trays and deuces with a queen. Russ coming out for 17 here on the turn. Trying to buy it with the gutter ball. Kyle's a non-believer. Kyle's not the one you want to bluff. He's running good. He's already up 800, 7 hands in on the stream. Kyle gets a check mark. Deuces and trays with a queen. Going to be good. Russ going to keep telling the lie. Looks like he bets 35 here when the 9 of hearts comes in on the river. Putting Kyle in a tough spot. Kyle says, screw it, I call. Show me. Kyle makes the right call. Trays and deuces, good. Chris Martin in the chat, what's happening, man? Jared under the gun, picking up ace-king offsuit. One of the best starting hands in No Limit Hold'em. Makes it 15 to go. Picks up a couple of folds. Gets you the ace-9 offsuit. Gets a call from Bob on the button, 7-6 off. Ooh, top 2 for Jared. Bet and take it. Bob flopped a 7, but didn't want to mess with it. Bob's already been stacked once tonight. Button moves on to the next pot. Looks like we have a button straddle this hand. We do let them straddle the button in our live stream games only. Out in the rest of the room for our 2-2 games, straddles under the gun only. We do let them straddle the button here in the live stream game. Kyle's going to come in for a straddle on the button, and the action's going to start with Jeff in the small blind. It's going to be 2 to complete. Jeff, ace-5 offsuit. Calls the straddle. Looks like Jared folds the queen-4 off. Kyle, queen-jack offsuit on the button in the straddle. Makes it 16 to go. Punish the limpers. That's what I'm talking about. Punish the limpers in position. That's the name of my game. Looks like Jeff gets a piece of it here on the gets the best piece of it. Cody looking for that club one time, doesn't get there. Jeff makes aces up. Got some kicker problems though. Pump fakes a bet, and that's good enough to get Cody to fold when the clubs don't come in there on the river. Aces and trays with an 8. Kicker problems for Jeff. He didn't need the kicker. He had the best hand the whole way. All right, guys, we're 12 hands into our 2-2 No Limit Hold'em deep stack cash game. Wednesday night cash action. We're on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville. My name's Dustin Shacklock. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with us. This is my favorite game to stream. I say it every week. I always see the weirdest stuff happen in the 2-2 no-limit cash game. It's my favorite game to watch. Picked up a new player. They're in the 9 seed. That's cool. We still got time to come in and get your name on the list. Probably get in the game before the end of the night. Chop it up. Second chop of the night. Sometimes we go a whole entire stream with no chops. We've seen 2 so far tonight. What are you guys doing? Mix it up. Austin 22 in the chat. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's happening? Jeff Pageant on Facebook. Hey, man. Hope everything's going well. Queen 10 offsuit for Jim. We saw him raise Queen 10. I'm sorry, Queen 10 suited. We saw him raise Queen 10 offsuit earlier in the session. An early position. This time he's raising Queen 10 suited to 12. He says, come and get it. Jim looks like that old guy Rock in the 1 seat. Nobody wants to mess with him. Gets a call from Jared on the button. King 10 off. Going heads up to the flop. Ooh, both players get a piece of it. Hard to put Jared on a king when he just flats from the button. So Jim's going to come along here with the continuation bet. 28 in the middle. Looks like he came out for another 12. Yeah, Jim bets 12 on the flop. Jared coming in for the raise. Kind of a coordinated board. Some straight draws, some flush draws out there. Jim not believing him. Jim's going to try to sting him one time. Heads up to the turn. Both players picking up an open-ender here. Both players get there on the river. This is going to be a chop pot 100% of the time. Jim comes out for a pot-sized bet. Bets 100 into 108. Jared figures there's no point in jamming here. Jim's got to have the same hand. They chop it up. Both players make Broadway when the ace comes in on the river. They were open-ended on the turn. Any 9 or any ace gets both of them there. They both win $2. Kevin D in the Facebook chat. Hey, man, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. For those of you guys that don't know about our one-day 30K, that's all my tournament players tuning in, watching in the chat. The one-day 30K is this Saturday at 11. That's a $30,000 guarantee. It's going to play out in one day. Starts at 11, probably go till midnight, 1 in the morning. And we're going to smash that guarantee for sure. That one-day 30K. It's going to be 25,000 starting chips with 30-minute levels. Richard Lewis in the chat. Come on. Come get some. One-day 30K, Saturday at 11. Uh-oh. Will picking up 2 queens in the small blind after Kyle raising the 2 jacks. Kyle on the other end of it for once so far this session. Will bumps it up to 45. Kyle just with the call here with 2 jacks in position. We're going heads up to the flop. Three, 6, 7 flop. Both players check 2 monsters. Will's got the only club. King of clubs comes in on the turn. Will's got the only club in the hand. I don't think Kyle can call here. But Kyle's a wild man, and he's got 1,300 in chips. He might do it anyway. Since you don't have the jack of clubs in your hand, you know you probably need a jack to improve, and one of your outs puts a 4-card flush on the board. So that's a good fold by Kyle. That's the worst. When you bink one of your outs, puts a 4-card flush on the board. You have to fold anyway. Kyle makes a correct fold. Will takes that down when that king of clubs comes in on the turn. Bud moves. We're on to the next hand. If you guys want to get in the game, it's only 9:30. You probably still got time to get down here, get on the list, get in the game before the end of the night. There's only 11 names on the list when I got here, so that list moved pretty quick. This time Bob picking up 2 black queens under the gun +1. Just with the call. Everybody limping these monsters in this 2-2 game. Kyle raising up some mystery cards. Gets a call from Jeff. Ace-Jack offsuit. New guy Mike in the small blind makes the call with Ace-4 of diamonds. And Bob's going to spring the trap one time. Makes it 65. You could tell that dude had a monster. If anybody just looked at him just now, he looked like a hungry wolf just waiting to spring the trap. He couldn't get his 65 in there fast enough. Kyle, the initial raiser with the mystery hand, makes the call. Ace-Jack offsuit in the muck. What do you guys do here with Ace-4 diamonds? You guys pitch him, or are you guys trying to see a flop one time? I think it depends on your position, right? He's in the small blind. That's probably a good fold. All right, we're heads up to the flop. 2 queens versus a mystery hand. A little bit of flop lag here one time. There we go. Not a great flop for 2 black queens. King high, all heart board. Straight draw, flush draw, everything out there. 6 of clubs, no help on the turn to either player. 5 of spades. This hand might go check, bet, call. You would think Kyle bets a king there on the turn. Looks like Kyle made a straight there. 7-8 offsuit makes a straight when the 5 comes in on the river. Stings Bob one time for 150. Ooh, that's a nasty way to lose that hand. Kyle raising 7-8 offsuit in early position. Gets the trap sprung on him. Calls the 3-bet. Flops the heart draw. Makes a straight on the river. That's running good. And gets paid. That's running good for sure. Bob trying to figure out where he went wrong in the hand. Not betting turn, I think. When Kyle checks the flop, I think Bob should have bet turn. Durbin Jag in the chat. Bob having a rough night. Yeah, off to a rough start for sure. Kevin Thiel in the chat. He let him get there twice, not betting queen, queen. Yeah, I think he probably could have put a bullet out there one time on the turn. Henny 022 in the chat. Since it's deep, what do they usually buy in with? Usually more than the normal 2-2 game. So the normal 2-2 game is 100 to 300. Normally when we run the deep stack game, they buy in anywhere from like 2 to 5. 5 is the max. Most of them come. A couple of them come in for the max. A couple of them come in for like 3, 5. You know, plays a little bit bigger than out in the rest of the room. You don't see as many short buys as you do in the rest of the room in this game. A lot of times, since 2-2 is a $40 min, you see some $40 and $60 buy-ins out in the rest of the room, but you don't ever see that here on the live stream. So even the small buy-ins are a little bit bigger on the deep game.
6 minutes, 15, 7, 8.
All right, Jeff calling the straddle under the gun +1, ace 7 offsuit. Jared making it 15 to go. King Jack offsuit. Gets through the rest of the field. Jeff's going to make the call here. Ace 7 off. We're going to be heads up to the flop.
5 calls. Heads up.
2 players heads up. 38 in the middle. Both players check. Jared makes middle pair on the flop. Goes check, check. Hand checks all the way through to the river. Jared bets 25 into 38 on the river. Jeff can't call with ace high. Pot gets pushed to Jared. Takes it down. All right, guys. For those of you just joining us, we're watching 2-2 No Limit Hold'em. Deep stack cash, $100 min, $500 max buy-in. We're on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville, 201 Monument Road. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Henny 22, Sweet coming down to St. Augustine this summer. Oh, this is your spot. This is the best room in North Florida. We're only about 40 minutes away from St. Augustine. You can be here in about 40 minutes. If you're watching on Twitch, you can scroll down and see our full schedule. That's always right there in that same spot. If you're in town and there's any games you want to play, just shoot us an email. We'll get you on the list.
Then it gets real interesting.
Boss Sniper in the chat, what's up? Hey, announcer, what's up? This hand, Jim, raising ace 5 of spades. Picks up 2 callers. Bob makes 2 pair here. Kings and 9s with a queen on the turn. Bob leading right out on the turn here when he makes kings and 9s. That king of spades gives Jim the nut flush draw. Russ getting a good price on his gutter ball, and we're going 3 ways to the river. Jim gets there. Queen of spades pairs the board. It's always a little scary when you make a flush on a paired board. Bob got counterfeited here. Straight draw, flush draw, paired board, everything gets there. It's hard to continue with kings and 9s in this spot. Bob makes the correct fold. Jim opened up those small suited aces. Pays off. Takes down 82 bucks. 17 hands in. 2-2. No limit hold'em. Deep stack cash. 100 min. 5 max. You guys have any questions about that 1-day 30K this Saturday? Drop them in the chat. Let me know what's up. I'll get you some answers. I got the structure sheet in front of my face. Anybody got any questions, let me know. Tonight was your last chance to satellite in there. If you're not here already, you can't win the satellite seat. But we ran $85 satellite seats all week. Take your shot at 30K for 85 bucks one time. This time Russ picking up 2 black aces, coming in with the 3-bet to 50 after Jim opens king-queen offsuit. Tough spot for Jim. Probably a good fold. He knows he's going to have to play the rest of the hand against a strong player out of position in a 3-bet pot. It's never really fun to play out of position in a bloated pot. especially with a medium strength hand like King Queen offsuit. NRG Poker 1991. The giveaway was this afternoon on the radio show. We gave away one of those $85 satellite seats. So we're not doing a giveaway tonight. So sorry.
I like that it tracks your steps, keeps your heartbeat, and all that good stuff.
Boss Sniper in the chat. I have no idea what you're talking about. I wasn't there, so I will not tell you why that happened. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
5 and 6 call, 7. Yeah.
NRG Poker, no problem. Make sure you tune into the radio show, man. On Wednesdays from 6 to 7, we do a ton of giveaways. We usually do like 3 giveaways a night on the radio show. If you don't already tune in. If you do tune in already, thank you. I hope you win something. If you don't, that's the spot for the giveaways.
But then, like, you can't master it. Like, you have to, like, swipe.
And not to mention, like, it's really, really fragile glass. Like, one day I was on my couch, and I have an Apple Watch. I still do, but I went to, like, I was still laying on my couch being lazy, and I went to go and put it over my shoulder to put it on the counter, and it fell 3 feet and shattered.
Oh. It's gotta be on purpose how like fragile is there.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, because, you need the case.
Gotta buy another one,
you gotta
right?
get the case.
You gotta replace it. It's like the same price to replace the screen.
That's like how they sell, like, the different color bands and everything. Like, it's all about money.
They're actually getting sued for slowing down people's cell
Hold on.
phones.
Oh, like planned obsolescence or whatever.
Yeah, like, that's hilarious.
No, it's pretty funny for sure.
I mean, we've all known it.
Yeah, we've all talked about it, but, like, nobody thought anything would happen.
And then they have concrete proof.
Tim Apple, man. Tim Apple,
Everyone
super
does.
sneaky.
Super smart, though. I mean, like,
Tim
let's
Apple.
force them to buy the new phone.
I swear the day the 11 came out, or whatever the newest one is, I had the 6-7 check, $5.
Yeah, I think they're up like 12 now.
I had the old one, and I swear the day the new one came out, my phone sold down.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, appreciate you. This is wild.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Nan Win in the chat says, is this a lunch money game? I mean, I don't know where you got to go where your lunch money is $500, but this is a fun game. I like this game. I would play this game.
That's what happened with my iPad. Like, I never updated it. I just paid it off. I feel like the updates are what slow it down. So I have an iPad that is literally like on iOS.
NRG Poker, what's the max buy-in on this 2-2 deep game? Max buy-in is 500. The min is 100. Max is 500 in this game. And no, we don't ever run it outside of the live stream. The only time we do is if we're doing a must move into the live stream game. Like if the list for the live stream game gets super long, sometimes we'll do a must move into this game, and it's the same stakes. That's the only time we run another game outside of the stream. Dinaco84 in the Twitch chat. This is played in Best Bet Jacksonville, North Florida. Got a big 3-way pot going here. Already 65 in the middle pre. Jim gets there on the turn. Big slick. Ace King versus Ace Queen versus Ace 10 versus Pocket Fives. 4 players to the flop. Two players with a gutter ball to Broadway, but they need each other's outs. Jeff needs the 10, Kyle needs the queen. Jeff tries to take it down here on the turn, gets called in 2 spots. Flush draw gets there. Flush draw, straight draw gets there on the river. Looks like Kyle's going to rip it.
It's just straight hand shuffling.
And nobody to blame but the dealer.
Yep, that's it. That's it. You get me. 2 folds. 3 makes it 12. 4 and 5 fold. 6, 7, and 8 folds. 9 makes it 37. Yep, I'm the one that shuffles and cuts it, so you get me.
Any further drinks, cocktails?
Can I get a water? Just water.
Any more further drinks?
You gotta get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Two makes it 12. 3 folds. 4 calls. 5 folds. 6 calls. Reset. 8. 9 calls. And 1 calls. 6 players.
Any more further drinks?
9 checks. 1 check. 2 checks. 4 bets, 35. 6 folds. 7 thirds. 9 calls. 1 calls.
Very few months. Great deal.
Oh, Jesus. 2 folds. 9 checks. 1 checks. 4 makes it 85. 9 points. 1 makes it 225. Four makes it 12.
And a crab stick.
If I had one of those, oh, life would be so good. Heads up. One lose a one. So there's a program that he's on. There's a program that he runs on that iPad over there that when you come into the game, that's why we had fun to start with. Because that program is actually really, really good. So each time that you raise, if you make it 15, the system makes it 15 off your stat. He makes a call. Also, do you want to get his cards now? it wasn't reading your cards when you had them, but you were like thinking about it, so I didn't want to be like, hey, what do you think? Yeah, so in that card reader, that's all we normally ask, like when you have your cards, just keep them in the box, do one of those. But yeah, it keeps track of your stack and how much you have in the box. That's what the readers can say.
Did you get them at the end? Ready?
Yeah, so when you tabled your hand, you got to manually input it. It wasn't reading your cards for some odd reason. It does that.
Y'all do like VTIP TFRs?
Yes, we do all of it. So that's why I was like, so when I asked you how much you're starting with, that's where it starts. All the action from then on calculates all that stuff.
That'll be 3%.
Once he's back into 500. Yeah, so they got all that if you want to go and look after the stream.
Or just get some good buddies to watch and just type.
Small blind. Oh, sorry. Alright, James. So, losing hold, 4 holds, 5 holds, 6 makes it 15, the 7, the 8, and the 9. 1 holds. 2 holds.
Pick that rabbit foot up.
Yeah. That's up. Was it 2-2? That was a crazy game.
Off the 2-5.
Like,
Like list wise.
oh, they did?
Yeah, not off the game, off the list.
I was like, where did you get kicked off the game?
Because I'd already asked to be on this game.
Okay, gotcha.
You want to make this like match stack?
I mean, so
I wish they
Russ,
would
me
offer that.
and Russ are actually talking about that because he 4 calls. He was telling me about a Texas Card House stream that does that.
Yeah, they do. That's
And
like
it's a
new,
really
yeah.
cool stream. 5 calls, 6 and 7.
Well, I think y'all should be better if somebody like ran the Instagram better, you know, and like did Facebook and like, like you know, like it's never like
Yeah, they
under
never
broadcast.
promoted it.
Yeah. But like Texas Card House Live is like they all like it's like promoted heavy. Like everywhere you go, you see it.
And TCH has Mark Hansen now to just like throw their name everywhere. So.
And everybody like watching him live.
Bart.
Right, exactly.
Bart.
Well, it's cool because like he does like hand reviews like of each stream. So
Right.
then he commentates when he's not playing. Like
Perfect. I don't know if they're paying him though. They should be.
it's just like when Moneymaker got popular and like he went to all those places. Like
Well, not only that, like the vloggers and stuff, they're not getting paid to 2 free checks, 4 checks, 5 checks, 9 checks. Shut up.
The nuts.
The nuts.
it's the nuts.
Yeah,
It's
the
the nuts.
Well, no, like, you know, the vloggers nowadays, they're getting paid to fly halfway across the country for like meetup games and stuff.
Yeah, those are sick.
And, you know,
Yeah, they
it's
get
a
put up in
great-
nice hotels.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what's like, it's just that in that day and
Like
age,
they're
it's
building
kinda
like a
what
crowd for
poker's
poker. Like nobody else is. Like,
I 100% agree. All right, guys, I'll see you in 30 minutes.
Yeah, they don't even tweet out the game's going on.
No,
Like everything's through Facebook and that's it.
like whenever
Like,
I
what is this, like
I'll post it on my
Facebook from 15 years ago was the only way people are communicating?
One of the guys I worked out with is one of the this year. And he was like, you want to play? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's never broadcast. Like
No.
yes.
And then you didn't advertise it up there for 3 goals.
6 calls.
7 goals.
8 races to 15.
9 races, 28. 1 goal. 2 goals.
keep the straddle going.
Yeah, all three of us do that.
Everybody? All right. Crowd
Sounds good.
participation.
Still bonfire.
I like
that.
I,
Only when
no,
dealers
I
do
like the bump
double
pot too.
board bump pot.
They
I
don't
like the
allow
bump pot too.
They don't allow it.
You can't do double board.
Can only do one.
In time
That's
game, you
so
could. Right? That's correct. Yeah. You can make like your own rules.
All right. 4 folds. 5 raised.
But yeah, normally like on dealer change, we do bump pots with jar down. Like we can do whatever you guys want, like 15, 2, 10, 5,
2.
whatever you're up for.
If it's just a dealer change, I'm down for like 25.
Well, because you're here for the confusing game, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
why I
that
gotta
was
make sure
brutal.
everybody knows.
And you have to do it in turn.
Raise 55. D3.
Oh, you have to like do it.
In turn, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it got really bad last time because like 2 people didn't know what we were doing, so like they got mad. Like, it was brutal. Yeah.
5 folds.
The 2 people, I mean, I know it was the later, but
And
they,
then the older guy in C5, he didn't understand until his son showed him finally.
I didn't
But the
know.
first couple, he didn't know what we were doing. He just was. Yeah, that lady thing was crazy. I told like so many people about that.
I mean, in reality, like nobody really like confirmed with everybody. We just kind of
Yeah.
assumed. And she looked in to the first one because the first one she was like she was like in the blind or something,
Yeah.
and just called the 10 originally. Like
Yeah.
she still didn't know what was going on.
5 folds.
Yeah.
And the first time she was under the gun, then was like, oh whoops.
Exactly. Like the first couple was fine, and then she stole mine and Tony's. $10.
4 player.
She like raised pre-flop or something like
Yeah,
that.
she made it 100, and somebody else shipped it on her, and she had 10 high.
Oh my god, she's like really going for it.
Yeah, she had 10 high.
16.
And the other guy had jacks, so he shipped it. She stormed off the pit.
Because she got mad because people were telling her you got to put money in without letting it your hand.
Like we don't
She's like,
like
what
it.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she just
Even
like,
though everybody else at the table was casually doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she didn't really realize. So she got all mad and just like shipped with 10-9 suited.
Yeah.
And somebody woke up with Jackson called.
She was like extremely mad.
Yeah.
Open ship. It was I was in that seat, and then somebody else was in yours, and she was in 9, and she just jammed.
Oh my god.
The button's where it's at now. She just jammed. It's a very interesting like 5 minutes.
The guy with Jack.
She got really quiet after, and then she just
So
like.
you're technical?
I think he probably thought about it, right?
Yeah, he did for a little bit. It wasn't a, he didn't think for too long.
More for comforting himself. He knew he was gonna call. But
Yeah.
he was more prepared to.
Super awkward.
What?
It was super awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, it was awkward after she left. Like, she got up mad and quiet.
Yeah. Because she's thinking all these guys are like trying to cheat.
Like, take advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody
Only,
finally
only Kyle knew.
Right.
I almost didn't even do that dumb shit.
Pick one.
Any
Too late.
Oh, I just realized it's
Anyone for the drink?
All right, guys. We're doing a bomb pot on the next go change. Everybody?
I'll take,
Does everyone know what a bomb pot is?
No.
Anyone for the drink?
Like,
Do we want to do 10, 15?
so.
You guys.
25 sounds fair.
Not this year. Not this year.
Why? Why not?
He said when the dealer changes.
Dealer changes.
It's in like 7 minutes.
You wanted to play some. Are there any wild cards? Yeah, deuces and bomb pots are always good.
Yeah, that's a joker.
All right, guys, we're jumping back in here. We got 5-way action to the flop. Calling 17 pre. 5 ways. Got some suited connectors in the mix. 10-8 offsuit. King 10 off. 6-6 deuce. Look at Bob just flopping it out the gate. Flops 3 6s. Turns a straight draw. Straight draw, flush draw on board. It's going to be hard for him to get any action in this hand.
All in.
Gets a call from Will.
You almost shipped your cards on.
Bob improves to a full house here on the river. 6s full of 4s.
Got him.
Gets his last 282 in the middle.
Nice fool.
Will's trying to figure out if there's any way they're chopping here. The answer is no. Cards in the muck. Button moves. On to the next hand. We're 30 hands in so far, guys. Let's take a look at the stacks so far. Look at Kyle steamrolling this game, up 1,500 so far, about an hour into the stream. Bob stuck a buy-in, stuck 250 big blinds. Jim stuck 500 right behind him. Kyle getting all the money so far in this 2-2 no-limit hold'em deep stack cash game. Russ under the gun +1, making it 12 to go. A little 6x raise pre-flop.
Oh yeah, that's true. Woo! You see what I did?
Picks up a call from Jared, and there with 2 6s. Will coming in with the 3-bet ace-queen offsuit out of the small blind. He wants to take it down now. He doesn't even want to see a flop. Gets the pocket 6s to fold.
Yeah, for the views.
Cody coming along with a worse ace. Ace-jack off on the button, makes the call. We're heads up to the flop. Ace-queen still in the lead on the deuce 9-7 2-heart board. Wow, Will picks up a better heart draw. Both players pick up a heart draw. Queen of hearts in the lead. 126 in the middle. Will comes out for a little less than half pot. Bets 60 on the turn. Cody can't get rid of that flush draw just yet. You got to see the river. Cody calls the 60. Will had the best hand the whole way. Finally makes a pair on the river. Looks like 155 on the river out of Will. Cody can't call, misses his flush. Cards in the muck. Button moves. On to the next hand. Will takes down a big one. 136 in the middle of that hand. From the pre-flop 3-better, takes it down.
Feels like Florida.
Nice stand.
Like 7 and 9 or 8 in the corner.
The one right by the fountain is pretty cool too up there.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, right?
Oh no, I missed my straddle.
Making a 3? Did you say you had ace jack right now?
I was hoping that. I was hoping for that. Huh?
Oh God, got the man. I got position in this hand, right?
Right?
Ace, king, 9 board. Bob in there with a very small flush draw. It's hard to play those small flush draws out of position. What do you do in those spots? You just check call, hope you get there, hope you don't run into a bigger flush. I always run into a bigger flush. Jim makes 2 pair here in the big blind. Bob picking up a gutter ball. 3 of diamonds, actually a little bit of help to Bob's hand. Now Bob can win with any spade or any 5. You see his outs up there on the top right hand of the corner of the screen. He's got 10 outs to improve to the winning hand. Looks like Bob leads out for 35. Jim snaps it to 100. Bob getting a pretty bad price. He's only got a quarter of the equity in the hand. Jim's 77% favorite to win. Bob's going to make the call, try to sting him one time. If that sneaky 5 comes in, it's not a spade. Bob might get paid. Jack of clubs, no good for Bob's hand. Bob left playing, almost playing the board. Bob's playing the board. Oh, no, he's not. His 4 plays. Bob missed everything, missed all of his 10 outs. Jim takes that one down, trying to get out of the hole a little bit. Button moves. This time Bob's going to be under the gun this hand. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're playing 2-2 No Limit Hold'em Deep Stack Cash. We still got room on the list. If anybody's in the area, wants to come jump in the game, come put your name on the list. Play out in the rest of the room during high hand while you wait. We'll call you when there's a seat open. Come get in this juicy 2-2 game. This time Bob with the small suited ace, just limping it under the gun. Looks like this thing limps around to Russ, picking up 2 black kings. This is a great spot for Russ. Coming in for a raise. Looks like he's trying to steal the dead money in the middle. But in fact, he's got the second best starting hand in No Limit. Makes it 22. Juicy spot for Russ. Bunch of limpers. Looks like he's just trying to steal. He's got a monster. Not the best flop for 2 black kings. 8-8, 4-2 diamonds. Looks like Russ coming out for 40 here on the flop. .40's enough. 40 gets the job done. Russ takes it down, picks up the pot, picks up a nice little 90 bucks. Makes it look easy with 2 black kings.
Yeah. Made it nice. A little nervous over there. Boss dropped by. No, he's right there.
He said you're doing a great job.
Yeah, he did. I don't know why, but he said it.
U8 MF calling Will. You want me to call Will the young gun? Sure, I could do that. Bob, small suited ace again. Ace 5 suited, this time in the big blind. Looks like a couple of limps. Jeff, the only player to make a pair in the field. Now he improves to 2 pair. Jackson sevens with an 8. Currently the best hand. Kyle's got a gut shot. Needs an 8 for a straight. I think if I'm Jeff there, I probably call also. I think Kyle would have bet any jack on the flop. Queen might slow him down. Looks like goes check, check on the turn. Jeff just trying to get the showdown. Shows 2 pair for the win. Picks up a quick 30. Bud moves her on to the next hand.
You guys change after this one? After this 15 minutes?
Every half hour. I'm not sure what time it is.
Settle down, Kyle.
No, bump on.
I know, but it's coming.
We need action. Look, it gets like good and then dies down. Everybody talks for like 5 minutes.
Sorry, hold on. He didn't make it.
Oh, you go.
4 total, 5 total, 6 call,
Confusing me when I just hit on the button.
7 raised.
I feel like you need a reversal here.
9 totals. 1 total. Full check. 6 and 7 shot. Four bets, 30. Thank you. Throttle on the button. Five calls. 6 calls. 7 calls. 8 fold. 9 fold. 1 fold. 2 fold. Raise 30. 5 calls. 6 calls. 7 calls. Raise 20. 9 calls. 3 calls. 2 calls. 3 calls. 4 calls. 6 flag.
Good job building that pot. You know,
I got you.
5 checks. 7 checks. 8 checks. 1 check.
My man E. McKenzie dropping by in the chat. Hey, man, what's going on? What's happening? Hope everything's good. Look at Jeff just flopping 3 of a kind. Having somebody rip it out in front of you.
not turning this time. Let's see.
3 of a kind, going to be good. Bob just rips it here. Ends up with 3 pair. Not good enough. Three of a kind. Takes it down. Bob's going to hit the rail again. Jeff picks up a big one.
What, with 3-5 home?
With a 2-4 flop and 6 turn. The girl with the aces was so pissed. She flipped her aces across the table. One of them took off like a frisbee and landed on another table.
Gotta love. There's always a little motion.
And that was the one that started. Like 45. I got cute. And it went to like 100 all the way around. Like, well, I'm folding now.
Not folding now, huh? Let me
going
get there with my
anywhere,
5 high
dude.
one
3-5.
time.
I call.
For 55 more?
I mixed them up. Nice hand. That was kind of a sick turn. I wish I
So
would
is the action director like going to be a couple of dollars off from tipping or whatnot?
Yeah, $2.
I know, then it got
I was
there.
worried about
That's why I wish I would have flipped and just led that river. The real boss is here.
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
How we doing, boss?
Everybody be on your best behavior right now.
You should have heard what Adonis was saying about you when he walked away last time. Yeah.
Mike, newest player to the game, picking up 2 jacks under the gun. Coming out for a raise to 12, it looks like. Maybe a little more, maybe 17. Yeah, it makes it 17 to go. Jim folded the small suited ace. Gets through Russ, Kyle, and Jeff. Gets through Cody. Will picking up the ace-queen off. Last time we saw Will raise the ace-queen off out of position from the blinds. This time he just calls.
The sweatshirt did it, Jeff.
Flicks it over to Mike.
You got me into not
We haven't seen Mike play a hand. He finally plays a hand. Runs into top pair. Will, the thrill in the chat. I like that. I like that one better. Will, the thrill's good.
No? You've been down since?
Paul Steen in the chat says normal Jeff scoops an all in with 5 tray offsuit for sure. It's pretty easy when a guy just rips it on you. Matt Marvin in the chat, yeah. Allen got knocked out, but I think he's back in the game. He rebought. Look at Mike double barreling on this ace high board. Maybe he's just hoping that Will's on a flush draw. Is Will going to check the ace one more time? If Will checks, I think Mike definitely checks behind. Will checks it over to him. Mike triple barreling 2 jacks. He made up his mind. He said he's definitely got a flush draw. Will shows him the ace. Mike finally gets a hand, and it's no good. Will picking up another 140. Will running pretty good so far in this 2-2. No limit hold'em deep stack cash game. Looks like Bob there in the 3C just went for the reload. He'll be back. All right, button moves. We're on to the next hand. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Myself, Dustin Shacklock. Look at that mountain of chips in front of Kyle there in the 4 seat. Opening up some suited Broadway cards. Coming in for a raise with Queen Jack suited, making it 12 to go. Gets called by Cody with the mystery cards. King, 6, deuce, 2 spades. Clicks it over to Cody on the button. One pair, 2 flush draws on the board. No good for Queen Jack of clubs. Check, bet, fold is how the turn went. Kyle pitches the suited Broadway cards. Cody takes that one down. Height 71. Yeah, when are they going to learn? To be fair, though, he just check called the whole way that hand. He didn't bet. He just check called the whole way. All right, button straddle from Will. Makes it 4 on the button. Action's going to start with Mike in the small blind. 8 trays suited. Makes the call. Jim in the big blind pitches the king 7 off. King 6 suited in the muck. Bob first hand back, picking up ace 10 off. Got raising chips ready. Comes out for 20 or 25, it looks like. Makes it 25 to go. Looks like Kyle coming in for the big 3-bet here with ace-king offsuit. Let Mike raise the button in the straddle pot. Kyle getting trappy again. We've seen him with this move a couple times tonight. The old limp bomb it. Jack 7-7 board, no help to either player. Ace-king still in the lead. E. McKenzie in the chat, the old early position limp. Yeah, limp jam, limp big raise. That's Kyle's move. That's how he got all those chips in front of him. 4-card straight run out, any 8 makes a straight here. Kind of hard to put either player on an 8 in this spot. Ace-king going to be good. Kyle gets the check mark. Mike says, damn, I got ace-queen. Kyle picks up another 100 to add to his pile there. We're going to have to get him a color up so the other players have room to play. Don't forget about our one-day 30K this weekend, guys. 30K guarantee. $350 buy-in, 25,000 starting chips with 30-minute levels. I'm calling it right now. I think it's going to run. If they don't chop super early, if they don't do a weird chop like 10-handed, I think it's going to run till about 1 o'clock in the morning. 14-hour day, but, you know, definitely going to smash the prize pool. Jared just limping the ace-5 suited. Under the gun +2. Ship it poker. Let's go Kyle one time. Kyle running good so far in this game. Jim coming in for a raise, pocket 4s. Kyle's got one of his 4s. 9-6 tray, 2 diamonds on the flop. Jim's got a gutter ball to a 6-high straight.
So we start at 10 and then go up 10 every dealer change.
All right, Jonathan's taking over. Good luck to you guys. Thank you.
We're doing 10 in increment.
That's a good idea.
Probably end at like 80 or something like that.
Solid.
I don't know if we even get to
Solid
that.
idea.
$10.
Yep, $10 bomb pot.
You're not going to get to 80.
Yeah, we'll get to 60.
Yeah.
Deal after. You have to wait.
I'm so confused.
I wish I had 3
You understand
5.
what we're doing?
So,
That was a nice play.
we're going to do this. Let's,
Oh, yeah, we got to do it
yeah, we got to do it the right
properly.
way. We're gonna, no, we're not. It's not that we're not doing it. We just got to do it the right way. So, under gun, makes it 10, everybody calls, and we'll go like that. Cool. So we're not putting
So I
10
can't
out
do it
there.
yet.
We're going to do it. We're just
But
gonna
we're
do
not
it.
doing that.
We're not doing it.
I got you.
We're not doing that.
I got you.
Got it? We're in it.
So we're gonna bet in order. We're just gonna bet in order. So right after the cards come out, he's gonna bet. No one's gonna look.
I'm
No one's
gonna bet
gonna
10.
look.
Okay.
No betting
Now he
until
bets 10.
There's no
He
betting
bets
until
10.
after the
Yeah.
play.
Can't look, just bet 10.
Right.
Calls 10. Got it.
Okay.
And then nobody's gonna bet until the turn.
Kyle might look and then shove.
We can't look, we just bet 10.
That shit would be funny. I'm trying to get you to do that all night. You should have done that last time.
It's all you.
Love it.
How much do we really want it?
Bump it up.
Wait a minute.
I'll
You
go
said
to the
no
flop.
betting until the turn.
Yeah.
No, betting
Betting on the flop.
You can bet on the flop if you like. Just no pre-flop action.
Before the turn.
He didn't. He changed.
Before the turn.
He said he's
Alice first.
I'm fine.
Okay,
Check.
so actions. All right, 3C check. 4C check.
Nobody got nothing.
6C check. 7 check.
He can't resist. He just can't resist. You see 70 out there? The 90.
Anyone for the drinks? Cocktails?
Lamars.
I feel like double board is just 10
Oh, it's
times
25.
better.
You got 25. 4 calls. You got 4C calling 25.
Where'd you see that, Brad?
I played it.
Oh, you have?
Like home games.
Yeah.
It's,
fun.
if you have the nuts on one board, you're shipping no matter what.
And then you hope to win second or chop, right?
Exactly. You're either chopping or.
You want to flop the best board one.
4 checks. 5 checks.
90.
8 makes it 90.
But the best is when the board comes like 3-3-9 and you have just a 3 and you jam first board.
2C makes 12 call.
The rabbit's foot is still live.
I think.
I got 9-10. Oh my god.
How do you fold pairs, man?
I don't know.
God, you're so bad.
Nate, I was definitely gonna rip too.
That was the worst hand to get ace king.
Yeah. That's when you want bullshit like 9-7 off.
Exactly. Like those are golden hands.
Yeah.
5-6 to like 10 jack money.
What you really want is like the 9-3 off.
Yeah, just absolutely random.
Yeah, just total shit.
Strong on the button.
Dang, we could have built a huge
That's what I had, and I still in there.
Well, you played it bad, Jim. What can I say?
Oh my God. I'm trying to pay attention.
Strong on the button.
You should have raised pre-flop like.
All right, guys, for those of you just joining us, we're playing 2-2, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash. We're on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville.
7 calls.
Jumping right in this hand. 8-6 suited, ace tray suited. Both players just coming in for the straddle. Gets around to Bob on the button, checks his straddle with some mystery cards. 3 ways to the flop.
5 checks, 7 checks, 8 checks. 5 checks, 7 checks, 3 checks.
Check.
5 checks, 7 checks, 3
8.
checks. Showdown 8.
Yeah, Brad's log is the one. The first one I saw with the double board. What? That shit is. Yeah. That's just insane.
It's so much fun.
It is fun.
Like it's fun if you're not stuck a million. Like when you're stuck a million and then you lose the double.
Yeah.
Big blind from the 6.
It's stuck. It's all part of the game.
I mean, I guess everything's more fun when you're not stuck.
Sure.
Strong on the button.
like the more you play, the better you are about being stuck.
Yeah. It's just the wind.
Yeah, like I was stuck with Gazillion before I came over here.
5 points.
I'm glad I was able to kind of
7.
contribute to your
We got a little bit left to go.
9 points.
The game me and him were playing was nobody said a word for 2 hours. That 2-5.
Yeah.
Nobody said
One
anything.
makes it 15. 2 points. 3 points. 6 faults. 9 faults. That's up.
Bradslaw, he just always won those double ball tournaments. Like every time he would push one, he would win like 3 of them in a set.
Yeah. You don't know how many times he
One
loses.
bet.
I'm sure he only puts
Yeah, which is like one thing to consider all the time.
He's relatively honest though compared to the
Yeah.
other bloggers.
Yeah.
That's what I like
He was
about it.
the only one who put like when he like
Yeah,
lost the most
yeah.
ever, he put it up.
Well, he's
So put it
2
up.
years in a row posting his total results for the year.
He went,
2 years in a row.
he went on like a 30K downswing, right? Or something like that, 1 month or 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It
one
was-
of his videos he lost like 9 or 10K. And he just like put it up. He was like, no shame, this is what I lost.
Yeah, but what's he
In one
making
session.
online?
Yeah, he was playing a really,
Playing
really
2-5?
No, he was playing a really, really
He
big
doesn't say he plays online, so I don't know.
No, he's talking about YouTube.
He was playing 5
YouTube
20
channel,
times.
he's gotta be making money.
Yeah, but it's not.
Probably not that much
No,
with,
no,
with
no.
his view count. Probably.
Yeah. Not that
I mean,
much.
yeah.
Poker
A few
community is not
dollars.
that big.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get into like hundreds of thousands.
You have to be Doug
views,
Polk.
like,
That's it.
Yeah, there's a few that are real successful.
Like Negrano.
well,
Yeah, but a lot of his revenue right now, what he makes, is probably from anything that's poker.
yeah.
I mean, he made a master's class. He makes money off that.
12, 5, and 6 balls.
Good call out.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
3-5?
3-5?
3-5
You got it, bro. This time, hold on, let me see if there's something.
Nine high.
Unsuited.
They're doomed.
I said reduce.
Okay.
I checked.
3 checks, 4 bets, 35.
Wish there was another spade.
Might come.
Press me out though, bro.
Good thing there's no
You had 2 spades. You had 2 spades, eh? You had 2 spades?
King 9, man.
No, 9 clubs.
You had to have 2 spades.
King 9.
Oh shit.
I don't have no 3 spades.
What do you mean you were glad that wasn't 3 spades?
In the turn. The turn would have been a
flopped the
spade.
second nuts.
That's if I
You
had
know
2
what?
spades.
Pretty sure. What else would you have? King 10 spades, king jack spades. King jack spades, king queen spades.
King 9, man. Off.
I'm gonna see it anyways.
King 9 off.
Nah, no way. It's fucking king 9 off. No way. Really?
He asked for the 9 high board.
I'm pretty sure you had either king, queen, spades, or
Ace King spade.
ace, king, spade. Yeah. Yep, call right now. King, queen, or king, jack spades. That shit was nice.
Can't even bluff this spot. There's only $5.
Check.
King high.
Flush.
Nuts. Oh shit, I have a 10.
Look at that.
Yeah, money to be. Those are the ones you want to win.
Looks like Jeff takes that one down, making a flush on a double paired board, and it's good in a 5-way pot. How often does that happen? How often is a flush good on a double paired board like that, 5 ways? Jeff takes that one down. No bet on the river from the flush. Tough spot. Nicholas Pesa in the Facebook chat, are button straddles only allowed for the deep games? Yeah, only on the stream games. The rest of the room, straddle under the gun only, for sure. Yeah, don't remember them being allowed in the 2-2 games? Yeah, only on the stream game we allow button straddles. Cody coming in for a limp on the button with King 10 suited. Mike makes middle pair. Cody bets his gutter ball here. Wow. Action card. Mike makes 3 of a kind. Cody picks up a straight flush draw. Needs a queen of hearts. And he folds. How are you going to make high hand, man? Never going to make high hand folding straight flush draws. Okay, good. Mike takes it down. Bud moves and we're on to the next one. E. McKenzie, wow, what? I know. What happened? Straight flush draw on the button. And he folds. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville.
Barely got it in there in time.
You sure that was on time?
For the record, guys, me and E. McKenzie are never folding straight flush draws on the button.
3 makes it 20.
Bob making it 20 to go with 2 jacks. Under the gun +1. Kyle picking up pocket 6s. Makes the call with 2,000 behind. Kyle's got 10 buy-ins in the 2-2 no limit game. That's so sick. John Cleve in the Facebook chat. Yeah, I saw it too. Folded a straight flush draw. That's all right. Sometimes you just know. Maybe he just knew one coming. E. McKenzie barely folds straight draws. I'm with you, man. Same. Gutter ball. I'm in there. Looks like Bob coming out for about 55 here with pocket jacks. Gets through everyone but Will. Will makes a call on the button with 2 mystery cards. We're heads up to the turn. Bob's only got 175 behind, and there's already 192 in the middle. They never see it coming. Yeah, good point. Never see it coming. That's because it almost never comes. That's why they never see it coming. Bob checks the 2 jacks over to Will. If Will's on a diamond draw here. He's going to get a free shot at it. Will's going to rip it here. Rip 480 into 192. Bob with 2 red jacks. Needs a lot of help to improve here.
Does it look like a flush draw?
He had a flush draw there with a nice hand.
Straddle and butt.
Oh, he has some black 7-8 on it. Nah, he just looks higher.
Higher than 7-8 suited?
Yeah. Your range on the button's probably so small.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get you on tilt. I need you to raise a little bit.
wish I had good cards to needle you.
Two raises before.
What'd you have?
Zero.
Did you really have a flush draw?
Hey, count the speed of 15 points.
7 ball. 8 ball.
You will indeed see in 15. This is true. Auto was built like a flush draw.
Oh, really? 8 for effort.
Interesting.
No, it's not it. So he doesn't have 35.
4 bets. 15.
Did you fold an ace?
Huh?
Did you fold an ace? I had 7-8 offsuit.
You had 7-8 offsuit?
Close black.
Black.
What did I say? So
Yeah, you nailed it, exactly.
I hope that's what you had. I'll go back.
I
I
think
knew
it
we had a
was
7
I
there.
think it was 7 of clubs, 8 of clubs.
Yeah, see? Really, because I can see them, but...
You have the RFID with you too.
Wait, I'm the one that said 7
7 hearts, 10
clubs.
clubs.
And I said 7, 8 black.
There's only one club. There's offsuit.
Easy day. Yeah, easy day.
John Cleve in the chat. Got a call one time with that straight flush draw to make a high hand. I agree. Can't make a straight flush if you fold before it gets there. How sicker would you be if you fold and then it comes? All right, button straddle out of Jim in the 1 seat, making it 4 to go. Action's going to start in the 2 seat with Russ in the small blind. First to act.
4 to play.
Remember that area code that you said you
Yeah.
was it 7?
It was like 304. I said 304 was like Albuquerque, New Mexico or something.
Russ coming in with the call. Ace 10 suited.
What makes it 16?
Bob calls. Queen deuce suited. Kyle coming in for a raise here. Makes it 16 to go. King deuce offsuit.
2 calls and the 3 calls. All right, full reaction.
Mike calls in the cutoff. 8-6 off. 4 ways to the flop. Ace 7 tray, rainbow flop. Kyle bets 60 here on the ace tray 7 board. Russ makes the call. Turn goes check, check. Kyle on a stone cold bluff. Scary river card. All 5s get there. Ooh, Russ snap calls. Kyle tries to buy it one time on the river. Stone cold bluff. Gets snap called by Russ.
Any better drinks?
You were in, I'd have made it 300.
Tattoos?
You're going to pay for that.
I would have been out too. See, but now I got you thinking. He could play anything.
Did you get this?
Not supposed to expose yourself like that.
I got to leave in about half an hour to the airport anyway.
Oh, you lived here.
Good, I got to pick somebody up. People do come here.
Nobody comes to Jacksonville.
I know. I was totally confused.
Nobody goes to the airport. Let me get a ticket to Jacksonville.
3 and 4 holes, 5 minutes, 12, 6 games, 7 calls, 8 holes.
Even our football team's moving to London.
Right.
They are slowly.
What is it, 2 games next?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One makes it 40.
There was an article on News for Jackson today about somebody got fired from like the Jags Association that said like, no, there are plans, like they're moving. It came out 2 days, like that article.
Nah, this is
5 calls.
That's it. It was titled like ex-employee says the owner has plans to do it.
That's it.
Will that ever work?
It's all about money.
Logistics are tough.
Right. Logistics.
Especially West Coast teams.
Maybe it's had like their own division, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Did y'all
4
watch?
teams in Europe.
Did y'all watch that? Any of the XFL?
Yeah. This weekend I watched football.
All right, guys, we're on to the next hand. This time, Jim picking up 2 kings in position. Gets a call from the 2 9s from Jeff.
The worst team in the NFL should play the best team in the XFL. If they win, they swap.
That would be hilarious.
That would get views.
Ace on the turn might slow both players down.
Yeah, that would be so lit. That'd get more views than the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Jim's got some tricks up his sleeve. He surprised me a couple times here tonight. Nope. Jim's going to fire that ace. Bets 60 when the ace of diamonds comes in on the turn. Jeff decides not to get sticky out of position with the 2 9s. Makes the fold. Jim takes another one. Plus 95 that hand.
Yeah, that's how this. That's exactly. Like nobody shows up. Even the players said like he's sad.
Upper deck is like, no one.
Tickets for like $4.
I was looking at my face, like,
Now they'll just let you in, yeah.
Yeah. Just show up.
Just show up.
straddle
They need
the
people to buy food and stuff.
We got a straddle on the button, gentlemen. Straddle on the button.
All right, looks like button straddle, this time out of Bob in the 3 seat. Makes it 4 to go. We got 3 players to the flop. Jack 10 off, King Queen suited, King 10 off. King Queen suited in the lead so far.
Straddle on the button. Straddle on the button, 5 seat, your first step. 5 call. 6 call, 7 call, 8 fold. 9 call. 2 call. 3 call. 5 checks is up.
Nice hand. Drag that pot. Big one. Yep.
Button's correct. Straddle on the button.
There we go. Now we're talking. Shadows on the button.
All the way around.
We should do shadows on the button and like 2,500 again.
Oh, God. 2-2-4 game. 2-2-4 25.
Is the button only 4? Can you do more?
I
can
think
only do 4.
4, yeah.
Well, you can.
Now, as far as blind raising goes, you can do whatever you want.
It's like right now you can make
Straddle
it
on
40.
the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't allow.
You can.
We can start playing
They don't allow
2-2-40.
double.
2-2-40.
That would get the views up.
6 call.
Oh,
David Manning in the Facebook chat asking the highest buy-in at the table. A couple guys came in for 5, which was the max for this game. So 500 would be the biggest buy-in in this game. That's the max.
on restrict the old rule. They said that there used to be $100 cap,
Yeah, it was $100 cap.
and they would all buy in like 10 times. get it up to everybody. Has
E. McKenzie in the chat. Yeah, I got you, man. I'll drop down those stats after this hand. Look at Jeff coming in on the straddle, making it 20 to go. Punish the limpers. Can't get through Cody T in the big blind. Calls with the 10-6 suited. Mike finds the fold button. Heads up to the flop. 10-6 versus pocket eights. Pocket eights still in the lead. Not a fun flop for 2 eights. Jeff with the C bet gets the fold.
before our time, but that, it used to be lit apparently.
I have heard
Still on
Bayard.
it, right? You guys still
I
on it?
believe so.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah.
Where is it? How far away is it?
It's like 30 minutes.
And I'm from, you know, Chicago.
Yeah, you take Phillips all the way to Racetrack Road.
That's right.
Oh, it's like, it's 30 minutes.
Like south.
South, like towards Daytona south.
Gotcha.
All right, guys, quick look at the VPIP so far in the game. Jeff in the lead with 48%, seeing 48% of the hands dealt to him. Jim, no surprise, in last place there. All right, we're going to jump back in the action. We'll bring up the rest of the stats after this hand.
No collusion, we're brothers.
Michael Morgan, yeah, we'll drop the rest of them after this hand. We'll show you the wins and the losses so far in the game. We're about almost 60 hands into this thing. Started a little before 9. It's almost 11.
Came down here in 2008 and started playing down there. It was the $100 camp and coming from.
At least I don't think so, yes.
Look at Russ coming in for a raise for 25 with 8-6 of diamonds. Gets a call from Cody T. Out of position. That gives Mike a good price to call. Also out of position. Russ trying to flop a big one time with 8-6 of diamonds, trying to make a straight flush, get that high hand. Yeah, we got PFRs, man. I got you.
Fired.
2 bets 45. 7 fold.
It takes a little bit of needling, you know, everybody can take some.
I'm in Stuffville right now, so.
The man went all in without aces. Oh, he went all in with aces.
Russ keeping his foot on the gas this hand. Coming out with a C bet on the flop, making it 45. Make him pay for it.
I needed the value on the turn.
There we go. Got a read on Mike's cards.
Couldn't let him catch up.
Mike needs a 5 here.
My boat would be dead.
Your boat would be dead?
Not going to chase it. All right, we'll take a quick look at the pre-flop raise stat so far after 57 hands. Bob, opening the most at only 19%. Look at Cody T and Jared, almost 0 pre-flop raises, raising 8% of the hands dealt to him.
How long?
Let's take a quick look at the wins and losses so far.
Last hand.
Kyle steamrolling this game. He's got over 2K in a 2-2 no limit. Bob stuck the most, stuck 1,000. Stuck about 5 buy-ins there. It's pretty sick. 500 big blinds.
Oh, now you want to swap and raise. I'm getting angled here.
He says that's what I figured it would look like. Yeah, shocker, right?
Oh, you had your chance. You gave it up.
Apparently.
Jim mixing it up. Open 5 tray of diamonds under the gun. Trying to keep them on their toes here. They're not going to see that one coming. Makes it 15 to go and picks up 4 callers. That's pretty much right where you want to be when you open a hand like 5 trays suited. Look at Kyle just flopping the nuts here, flopping the stones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no sweat. Oh yeah, he's gonna bet it.
Only got 10 calls.
Gets through Mike. What does Jim do here? What do you do when you open 5 trays suited and you catch a piece? You got to call, right? He's not going to see you spike a 3. Paired board. Nobody likes that. Check, check, turn. Kyle still with a straight. Bets 110 into about 150. I don't think Jim can continue here. Jim gets rid of the 5 tray suited. Kyle takes down another one, 250 in the middle of that hand.
All right, so we're up to 55.
On the ball pot?
Yeah, for the ball pot, each person.
Looks like we got a button straddle this hand from Will.
How did I get there? How did I get there?
$300 one, so let's take it.
20. No, it's 55.
We gotta follow the man's rules. The next one's 55.
We can go up into
It doubles, right? Doubles every
So
game.
next
Let's
one
go
is
to
40.
25 and then 40 and 55.
Then
Take it easy over there.
Then we'll end the night at
Take it easy over there.
Now we're in
Kyle takes that one down, just flops the nuts, make it look easy.
That black chip, I got mine.
A little bit of a scary turn card. Turn went check, check. Kyle bet the river. Couldn't get any action out of Jim.
Are we doing 20 or 25?
25.
Yeah, we'll go up in increments of 15. Next one's 40, next one's 60, 50.
I was saying start that now.
Oh, right, we have to do it two.
What are we doing?
Are you in? Is everybody in? We have to make sure.
20.
95.
If nobody wants in, I'll buy your action.
All right, I don't want in. I don't want in.
For those of you guys wondering about that that 1 day 30K, 25,000 chip starting stack in that thing this Saturday at 11 a.m. Not doing any more satellites. Today was the last one.
Oh, we can do it, yeah.
That's going to be a great tournament.
$40.
Looks like we might be doing a bomb pot here. Everybody puts chips up front,
3, baby.
put out a flop, and then we play it out.
There's only 2 behind.
All right, couple players getting a piece of it here. Cody makes a pair of 8s. Kyle's in there with ace jack. Jeff gets a piece of it. Pair of 10s, middle pair. Mike in there with pocket 9s, trying to take the lead in the hand. Ooh, Jeff would have made 2 pair, 10 deuce offsuit. Mike gets it all in here. 2 9s look pretty good in a bomb pot. What is Bob doing? Bob calls with a gutter ball. Needs a 6. Or jack. He's open-ended. All right, I see it now. Bob's open-ended. Needs a 6 or a jack. Kyle's blocking 25% of those outs. Did Kyle just say, hit me? You got the best hand.
Oh, my God, man. I'm just not hitting today.
Aces and deuces with a jack in the bomb pot. Good for Kyle.
Did I need the deuce?
Looks like he's going to stack 2 players simultaneously. There's 700 in the middle. Kyle's unstoppable this game. Can't be stopped.
Told you I need to chase, man. Get out of here.
Kyle stacks 2 players, 1 hand. Guy's running out of room for those chips. What a sicko.
He coming back? So is this straddleable?
That was painful.
Since it's dead, but I'm like the...
I need 2 new players, huh?
All right, we got a list for this game. Last time I looked, we had about 6 or 7 names. So we'll fill up these empty seats, and we'll keep it going. We're only 60 hands in. We're going to run for a while.
I'm about to do it too.
Looks like a button straddle from Will in the 8th seat. Russ just limping ace-10 suited out of the big blind. Jared puts in the raise. Queen Jack suited, makes it 15 to go in the straddle pot. Gets a call from Cody. Queen 9 suited. Will the straddle makes the fold. Back around to Russ. Russ limp calling there. Ace-10 suited. Not sure what his plan was. Maybe that was it. Get in there cheap with ace-10 suited. Try to see a flop. Looks like this one checks through. 4 cards straight on the board. Any 3, any 8. There it is. Russ makes an ace, a pair of aces on the river. Folds to Jared. Jared hadn't played a lot of hands. I guess maybe Russ gave him too much credit there. Russ dumps the best hand. Jared takes down the pot. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. 2-2 no limit hold'em deep stack cash. Live out of Best Bet Jacksonville.
Messes up like your stats though.
Give you a stern glare. Well, we gotta retake the picture.
You guys still got time to come get on the list. Come get in the game. We just filled a couple, or we just called the list for a couple of the open seats. They don't show up. It's all you.
Yeah, then your stats are all messed up. There's sometimes
Look at Jared picking up 2 aces under the gun +1, making it 15 to go. Gets called by Cody, suited 3 gappers, 6 tray of spades. Cody gets a piece of it. Russ gets a big piece of it, flopping top 2 against aces. Looks like Russ checks it over to the pre-flop raiser, leads out for 20. What is Russ going to do? Russ going to punish him here? I feel like you have to. You have to put in a raise here before that deuce pairs, and your 2 pairs no good. Jared has aces and deuces. You're left standing holding 7s and 6s. Got to come in for a raise there. Got to punish him one time. Somehow Kyle did not flop the nuts this hand. He folds. Might be the first time he's folded all night. Might be the first time he didn't flop the nuts. Jared getting it in with 2 aces. He's going to be in bad shape against top 2 pair. Jared basically needs a deuce, an ace, or running pairing cards, right? Should have made it more than 15. Yeah, probably. Looks like doesn't get there. 6s and trays going to win the main, though. Oh, no, they're not. I'm sorry. 7s and 6s good the whole way. 7s and 6s good for everything. Cody picked up a flush draw there on the turn. Makes 2 pair. It's still no good. 7s and 6s with a queen, the best hand. Russ taking down a big one. 700 in the middle. Looks like he stacks like half the remaining players. I think Cody's going to go for a reload there. Sounds like he said he was coming back. Man, Russ stacked like half the table. Table getting short. Start calling down that list. Fill this game up. We are 4-handed, waiting for them to call down the list. Get some more players in this game.
Yeah, exactly. That black bag. How do you sign up for the game with one buyer? I feel like that should be like a
Kyle's steamrolling this thing up over 1,500 in a 2-2 no limit game.
He's gonna just raise you all night. Come on, let's go.
Ace is no good that hand for Jared. Jared hits the rail holding pocket aces. Yeah, we see the absent button there in the 7th seat. Cody T will be back in just a second.
Dude, I don't understand why they moved it back. I keep asking people, why did you move it back?
To 8:30.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
some of us
People
got real
gotta work.
jobs.
Here's the wins and losses so far for the remaining 5 players in the game.
The only
I think Cody T is going to come back.
No, it's all Russ.
Jeff hit the rail. Jeff's gone. Jeff was in the 5 seat.
I know. But what else makes any sense?
I guess we're going to hang out for a second and let us fill up this game, and then we'll be back in the action. Picking up a new player, it looks like here in the 3 seat.
Right.
trying to compete with the.
Would you like to buy the button? I'll wait just one hand. I'll wait one hand.
All right, he's waiting. Everybody's good. Here we go. Small blind and 4 seat.
Thin-handed? They're coming. One guy went to reload and they called him.
Looks like Bob so far that just left the game was the big loser, stuck 12-25. A little over 600 big blinds. 2-2 no limit game. Kyle, tonight's big winner so far. We still got some game left, though. We're not calling it quits yet. We still got some game left. Looks like we're getting back in the action. Going to start 5-handed till we can fill this thing up. Kyle coming in for a button straddle this hand. Looks like we're picking up another player. We'll be 6-handed here momentarily. Looks like Jim's going to scoot over to the 5 seat. We're going to do some rearranging, and then we'll be back in the game.
Player checks 59, please.
Yeah, get him some chips. Get in the game. That's Cody T back in the 7 seat, taking a seat. All right, we're going to shuffle some players around. They need to come get Kyle a color up one time. We're going to shuffle some players around, and then we'll get cards back in the air. Sorry for the delay, guys. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. All right, guys, sorry about the momentary delay, but half the table got stacked in one hand. So, shuffle some players around, get some new players in the game, do some buy-ins, and we'll get cards in the air momentarily. If you guys are just joining us, it's 2-2, no limit, deep stack cash. 500 max, 100 min, button straddles. Players getting it all in with a pair of 6s on the flop. Juicy game. All right, looks like we got 3-way action on the flop. Looks like Jim bets his open ender and takes it down. Picks up a quick $4.
Good seat change, yeah. 1 for 1.
Gotta start someplace, right?
Yeah, you can't start a streak without the first one.
Right, can't start a streak without winning the first one.
That's right.
Can't win them all without the first one.
That's right.
Nah, I'm cool.
Seat made it 16, everybody folds. didn't lie, he bluffed you.
Steel wheel in the chat. Kyle's been steamrolling this game from the get-go. After the first hand, I mean, after like the second or third hand, he was up 1,000. He's just been racking it up ever since. No sweat, easy game. Just make 10 buy-ins in a 2-2 game, no big deal. Easy game. All right, looks like we got everyone in the seats they want to be in. Got some blinds up. We're going to get back in the action. Thanks for your patience, guys. Had to shuffle some players around. Russ, queen 9 suited, under the gun, no good, in the muck.
2 and 3 fold, 4 fold, 5 fold. Chop. Big chop.
A 7 in the muck, a couple of junky hands in the muck. Looks like we have a chop. All right. Folds around to the blinds. They chop it up. Will says, no more of that. I'm going to straddle. You can't chop a straddle pot. You can't chop somebody else's money's in the middle. Jim opening up the suited 2 gappers in early position. 8-6 of diamonds for a raise to 16. Jim's going to have to bluff his way out of this one. Shouldn't be too hard. Will's got queen deuce off. Michael Moore in the chat. Yeah, that was pretty sick. Stack like half the table in one hand. That was gross. Jim leads out on the turn, and Will makes the right read, puts in a 3-bet, takes it down. Gets the fold out of Big Jim there in the 5 seat. Jim tried to buy it after the flop check through, didn't work. Will takes one down. Here we go, looks like we're picking up a player in the 9 seat, and we're going to be back to a full game, 9-handed game. 66 hands in to this 2-2 no limit hold'em deep stack cash game.
You'll have an extra couple of with these cards.
So damn big.
Yeah.
I guess it's the read for the read. You guys know. You get a duel over ball pot work? Huh? All the new people are good ball pot. It depends on what a ball pot is. I've seen a 10 and a 20. I'm not doing that super game. Okay. We could restart.
Did you say 45? 41 and up? I didn't hear the amount.
Well, I don't know. We can't keep doing what we were doing, I guess, because like half the tables do.
Oh,
We could
that's
restart.
true.
Oh, every dealer you go to a ball pot? Yeah. We were like progressive doing it, like 10, 20, we got to 30, and then they all
New player Elena in the 1 seat picking up ace-10 offsuit. She makes it 15 to go after a couple limpers in the straddle pot.
Yeah, why not?
Look at Chris picking up queen 9 of hearts. I think I heard him say raise, didn't I?
It's already raised 50.
I'm not sure how much he raised to. Looks like he has 18 in front of him. Not sure what's happening here. The guy with the headphones is the guy that doesn't know what's going on. How does that always happen? Looks like an accidental raise. Dano's going to hold him to a full raise. Makes it 28 on accident. Yeah, we can't let him half raise there. Got to hold him to a full raise. 6-6 4 board, ace 10 still in the lead. What do you do in that spot after an accidental raise? 3 spades on board. Elena with the only spade draw in the hand. Elena got the spade draw and position and the best hand. She's a 91% favorite to win. Leads out here on the jack of spades turn. E. McKenzie in the chat, I'm with you. I'm the same way. Just don't do it.
I don't think 5 works. It's like a different system if you do it in 5.
Five's not even.
All right, button moves. Got a straddle out of Russ here in the 2 seat on the button. It's going to be 4 to go, and action's going to start with Chris in the 3 out of the small blind.
I said, but they don't allow it.
Oh, really?
We can't run it. Yeah. You have time to.
Your first one. Your action. He's strong. Straddle, 4. 6 is calling, 7, 8.
Just slap my hands, I'll sit all in a little bit. Exactly.
Looks like Eric coming in for a limp here. Ace Queen offsuit. Looks like he's going to pick up a couple of other players in the hand.
Where?
That's like the only good poker room there.
Isn't that uncapped?
Eric makes top pair. Guess he's trying to get trappy here with top pair. Flop checks through.
So, like, you piss somebody off.
Elena got a gutter ball here to Broadway. She needs a king for an ace high straight. Not going to chase. Both players with a pair here. Russ trying to make a deuce to improve. Or a 5 for a straight here. Doesn't get there. Makes the fold to Eric. Ace Queen offsuit. Good. Takes it down. Ian McKenzie, I'm in the same boat. I think that I don't think you should be able to wear the big giant headphones. Not on the stream game.
All 2 4s uncapped? Yeah. I guess it doesn't make a difference if it never gets there.
Yeah, it pisses a lot of people off. 2-4. Sit down with 400 and lose. Yeah. Just cap the blind. During the high hand position.
All right, we got 4-way action. 2 to flop this hand. Kyle flopping the open ender, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cody got the open ender the other way and gets there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for a 9 high straight. Cody makes a straight on the turn. Still only has 84% of the equity.
Is this still the bow?
That's probably going to do it, though. I don't know if anybody else can really continue.
Is it 21 there?
Nope. Gets through everyone else. Folds, button moves. Cody takes that one down.
I'm 20.
We're on to the next one.
One more year. Here we go.
If you guys are watching on Twitch, you can scroll down a little bit and check out our live stream schedule for the rest of the month of February. Also, there's directions to get in any of those games. Anything you guys want to play, just drop an email to sagec@bestbetjacks.com. Let us know the game and the date you want to play, and we'll get you on the list. We'll get you in the game. We got some 2-2 streams coming up. We got some 2-5. On the 22nd, we got a big one. We got 5, 10, 25, no limit. That game's going to be wild. That's a no cap game as well. Shoot us an email. Let us know what you want to play. We'll get you in the game.
Yeah, he's got to give the action to.
Will picking up big slick under the gun +1, making it 20 to go. Gets a call from Chris, 8-5 suited, queen 9 offsuit, 6 tray suited. Wow, queen 9 flopping the open ender. Ace king, top pair Broadway draw. Trying to protect his hand. Bets 50 into a pot of 86. Kyle folds the open ender. I didn't think that was going to happen. Queen 9 in the muck. Ace king good. Takes it down. Will picks up another one.
So everybody can basically shadow?
Just under the gun around the board. Yeah, and under the gun control. You got the big blind.
Guy with a mountain of chips in front of him in this 2-2 no limit game. That 500 max makes a big difference in how big the game plays for sure. You guys want to play in a big, juicy 2-2 game, get on the list. Come play the next one. Russ raising king, queen suited. Makes it 20 to go. Gets no action. Takes it down.
Never raise your straddle that early. I gotta have at least aces.
But let's say, so
I prefer trips.
But if you straddle, there's still love.
you get last action. You can't straddle.
Some places button straddle's good under the gun. Probably better.
9-10 offsuit for Russ. Under the gun +2 in the muck. Chris folds the mystery cards. Jim picking up king 10 suited. Pretty strong hand to open first in from the cutoff. Makes it 15 to go. Gets a call from Cody here in the small blind. That's it. We're going to be heads up. Cody out of position, playing queen jack offsuit from the small blind. King 10 still the best hand. 36 in the middle. Jim didn't even have to bet. Just had a pump fake. Got the fold out of Cody T. Queen jack suited, folding pretty quick. E. McKenzie, you want to make it uncapped? 2-2, no limit, deep stack, uncapped. I'm down. Ship it. Put 10K in the game. See what happens.
What's your good prefer?
Hit a bad beat. Still stuck.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, there's no button straddle.
I'll talk to Jesse. I'll run it by him. See if we can do an uncapped 2-2, no limit game
Oh, wait.
for all you DJs out there. Put the whole roll on the table one time. Gamble. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like a blind raise out of Elena. Is that what's happening? Looks like she had 10 out there before she saw her hand. I think that's what's going on. Put Chatter and Manny in the game for sure. Put the whole roll on the table. Gamble one time.
So everyone's in it just except the 60 call. Everybody else is in.
No, you're good.
Ready?
You just put the 10 in and you can.
No trap. One bet's 25.
See, now she wishes it was 33.
2, 3, 4, 5. Seven raises. 2, 100. 7 moves all in.
Cody T just flopping the joint out the door. Aces full of jacks on the flop. Got a flop call from Elena. He just gets his last 292 in the middle here on the turn.
You are like Inspector Gadget. You were like
Your card protector for tournaments.
She got the case ace here? No way, she just folded the case ace.
I was in the back of the room dealing 2-2.
She have jack 10 maybe?
I was like, I don't have any card.
Just flops it.
They were like, yeah, I got one in my pocket.
Is that high hand? What's going on?
I would have never went all in.
I got one going.
I would listen. Once she called the 100, I would have been like 85.
You folded an ace. Very nice.
Obviously, I had an ace.
Elena saying she folded the case ace.
She was either hitting straight or had an ace. So either way, you were.
That's a
golden.
pretty sick fold. She folds a case ace right there.
Open to God. Open to God.
All right, button moves. We're on to the next hand. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. 1 day 30K this Saturday, 11 a.m. It's going to be a sick tournament.
Straddle on the button. You were earlier this time. Actually,
Batman in the chat, feel like he could have gotten more value, especially if she isn't lying about the ace. Yeah, absolutely. I think so, too, for sure.
Now she's on tilt.
Also, too, like you can bet the turn right there, and then, you know, you make the pot bigger, and then you get stacks in on the river. And then it makes a little more sense to get the rest of your stack in on the river. If you just overinflate the pot on the turn, you give her a chance to fold. But if you bet half that much on the turn, make the pot a lot bigger. She's never folding the ace there. Make the pot bigger, then you get stacks in on the river, for sure.
He said, I'm here till 3 a.m. going to play 2-5 when this is over. It's cool.
Elena getting after it here on the queen 7-5 flop with pocket nines, no heart. And it's good. She takes it down.
I'm up about $40 right now.
Mill18 in the chat. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. What's going on in the YouTube chat? You guys asleep? What's happening over there?
Enough for a $27 ball pot, you know?
straddle on the button. Sorry.
All right. Button straddle this hand. Action's going to start on Elena in the small blind. Russ picking up 2 8s here in the big blind in the straddle pot. Just calls. Big Jim limping the pocket trays. Cody T, mystery hand. Will's in there with 7 deuce offsuit. Okay, okay. Looks like Brett just clicks back his 4 deuce in the straddle. Cody with the mystery hand, but it looks like Russ's 2 8s still good. King of spades, 2 overs to the 2 8s, and Russ is out of position. Makes it kind of hard to lead out with 2 8s right here.
That's 16. 8, 9, 2 fold. 7, 8, 16.
Cody T with the mystery cards leads out on the king of spades turn. Russ believes him, folds the 2 8s. Cody picks up a quick 18. Button moves, we're on to the next one.
Straddle on the button. Oh, that's what you're doing. 2 sequels. 3 makes it 18. 4 and 5 fold. 6 fold. 7.
Looks like we got a raise out of Chris here in the big blind. Got some mystery cards. Makes it 18 to go. Gets called by Cody T with the ace deuce suited. Talked a lot about those small suited aces tonight. Brett in the cutoff just with the call. Ace queen offsuit.
What flavor is that?
Gives Elena a good price to come in with her deuces. Case deuce on the flop would be pretty nasty. Chris, the original pre-flop raiser. Mystery cards. C-bet on the flop. Anytime you lead out into 3 other players on the flop, representing a pretty strong, a pretty narrow range. Even though we can't see his cards, I can tell you that he's representing a narrow range. This one's going to get through for sure. Chris takes that one down. Button straddle out of Russ next hand. Next live stream here on Best Bet Live will be this Saturday at 8:30. We're streaming 2-5 no limit hold'em deep stacked cash. I think we still got some room on the list. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. If you ever want to look at the list, just open this right here. I made this for the stream, and I put all the games down here, so you just go to the date. This is all. This is everything for the rest of the month. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have the date in the game. These big games, like Sage usually makes them, so I don't fuck with them. Like the 2-2 and the 2-5. Like you could tell people in the chat, like still spots in this 2-5 game. Still got a couple seats in that 2-5 deep stack cash game this Saturday. Saturday the 15th at 8:30. Still got a couple seats open. Anybody who wants to jump in the game, let me know. Pocket 7's good on the ace 9-4-9 board.
Can you call cocktails over here with my fried rice? Cocktails with fried rice? Yeah, I ordered it like 30 minutes ago.
There he goes. I wish they would say that. You gotta say it just
Will's getting after it. 7-8 suited, turning his hand into a bluff. Can't get through the pocket 7s from Cody. Cody calls. Ooh. Scary run out. 9s and 4s with an ace for Will. 9s and 7s with an ace for Cody.
Because that's what you told me.
Exactly. I said I can just.
They're not happy with you?
Yeah. If he's in there, he ain't happy.
Except for Mitch Payne.
Yeah. Mitch Payne just terminated a monster with extreme prejudice. And if he's in there, he ain't happy.
175.
I think I snuck that black on top. Might just stop and shit.
Call.
Man, always getting crazy with 7-8 over there.
Look at this hero call from Cody T. Looking him up with pocket 7s after Will bets 175 on the river. Trying to buy it. Cody picking off the big bluff one time. 668 in the middle. Cody finds the hero call one time. Takes it down. Stings him.
No, you gotta say, listen, you gotta say, hey, the fat man requested
Oops.
cocktails with fried rice, please. That's it. Do I need to sign a waiver for you?
How much are you adding on?
Half the time I had it.
I wanted to strap on
At least half, damn it.
Yeah, like 60% have it.
That's good. 6 months and 15.
Wow, he called you with 7s. That's nice.
with 2
And
over.
he's stuck though. He's a little stuck.
I don't know. He snap called. That wasn't a snap.
That's right. Snap called with pocket 7s in that spot. What a sicko call out of Cody T. He said, I just don't believe him. I'm going to look him up.
Adonis counted, and then as soon as he said 175, he was gone.
Yeah.
Watching the hero call on the live stream is my favorite thing to do.
The one I pulled back in.
He just reached in his backpack and reloaded. It's cool.
9 bets.
It's like it never happened.
Yeah. He's like, screw it.
Name of the game.
You should go to Biloxi.
Just 60.
If you're reloading, if you're dipping in the backpack, Go to Biloxi, but don't pull out 2 blacks. You can pull out about 7.
Pull out about 7.
Yeah. Because there are $1,000 chips out there, so pull out about 7.
At 1, 2?
At 1-3?
1, 3?
Yeah, it's nothing to have $1,200, $1,500 in front of you. Buying in for that, but it's a gambling game. Don't go out there trying to make a living because you will go broke. Because they will gamble you to death. Where you buy in for 7
Mill 18 in the chat for sure. Tough call. He's pretty polarized in that spot. He's either got it all or he's got 7-8 suited.
We got one out here. Where's the Derby and a black blazer? His name's Bert. Go follow that.
Looks like King High is going to be good on the double paired board. Gal's going to try to bet him off of it, though. Missed the open ender on the turn. Going to try to rep that 8 one time. Is he about to get hero called with King High? This game just got super good. How much is the bet? Wow, this dude thinking about hero calling here. You can't even beat an ace. That's sick.
I will trade you the twins for my 111-year-old if you're trying to make a deal.
I mean, he's got the best hand. Oh, makes the call. So sick. This game just got super good.
If you're dying to make a deal, I'm dying to.
I'm going to start a GoFundMe so you guys can get me in this game. Hero call with King High. This game got super good. All of a sudden, out of nowhere.
What's going on at this table?
I'm confused. What I missed there?
Like, is that how you got stuck before you came over here? Or?
He said I didn't call it finally. Might have made some sense out of it. King guy calls out. King guy calls Jack. And then Brett just goes, "What's going on? Happening?"
That one wasn't as good as
Oh,
7.
why
So that was not as.
How was that?
That wasn't even.
Told him with King High, did he not?
On a double paired board.
Listen,
I
that
know,
was
but
that
like-
was nowhere even remotely close
Well,
to the 7
you're-
call.
you're-
Come on.
Or
Right.
if you knew that how like that we played.
Well, no.
He's in the hand, so he can downplay that.
That's true. That's very
Hold
true.
on,
I'm
hold on.
biased.
Actually,
7, whatever.
You're in for
Yeah, he
Jameson
should have
trouble.
snapped me
Good,
off
you're
4.
good
I
like
don't know what y'all
40%
talking
of the
about.
time with 7s.
Rez, 25 from the 6 seat, 7 and 8 fold.
Lost $1,000 cost that was easily.
1 seat
I
makes
won
sense.
random Tuesday night.
75.
That was your birthday night.
I know you got me on my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, okay, you were
It was 12:01 a.m.
See two fold.
the hand started in the previous day.
The waitress just came and told me happy birthday, and then it's like creams me about $600.
75.
I don't think it was me. The table was.
And 6 seat makes the call. We're going to go heads up to a flop.
I don't know 2 by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. The 8 seat, I don't know 2. Whenever you change it, I'll take that. Actions
I
on
think
the
Chase is asleep.
6 seat checks. 1 bet. 100. 6 folds.
How much do I gotta bet to get a damn cocktail waitress over here?
That's Chase.
I don't know. I've only been here for about 15 minutes, and I already got a glass of wine. So I don't know who you just saw.
No, she's like, oh, you're out of my section now. Fuck you.
Really?
Yeah, I already.
Straw on the way.
Like, if that fried rice station closes before I get mine, I swear I'm flipping tables on somebody.
When did you order?
Like,
Because you know that closes around like 10, 10:30.
yeah, I ordered it 20 minutes before I came over here.
Oh, okay. I see.
Right?
Somebody's eating your fried rice.
Right. Definitely. Possible. Hold on. Action starts in 6. It's a straddle to play. You're in for
You don't
2.
get it right.
1 bet.
7 makes it 15, 8, 9 fold. If you want to do that, that's fine. 1 fold, it's 2 folds. 3 folds. 4 folds. 3 players. 22. We'll make the call. Five call. Early action. Seven bets, 45. Four makes the call. Five makes it 160.
Shit just got hella deep.
What? I've never in my life heard that expression.
First time for everything.
That's what she said. He made it 160. Lots of weird things happen in this hand, please. I don't know if I'm ready for it.
No love on that fried rice day yet.
Like we're back to this, huh?
I thought she was coming with
You're
it.
never getting it.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I'm
So, like, I ordered fried rice an hour ago. Not from you, from the other lady over there.
I want to miss you to find it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're closed, right? They're not? Take the small shrimp fry rice.
You may have ordered it for me. Did you get teriyaki?
Yes.
Okay, I was looking for you.
I told the lady the table is
She didn't tell me.
You did?
Yeah.
I left specific
I have-
instructions with your dealer.
Okay, I have it.
Okay.
Can I bring it out to you?
Yes. Is it under warmer?
Yes.
And
So I'm glad I found you.
yeah, I'm glad you found me too, because I'm hungry.
Well, here's your teriyaki. It's
That's-
like,
thank you.
it's already.
You should be, you don't want to eat a sandwich or.
Don't listen. It wasn't.
It was me that you're talking about. Let's try.
7 checks.
Can I get a Pepsi, please? Thank you.
You want another drink?
Wait, wait. Hang on. Can I get your number?
Are you?
But seriously. What?
Anybody else? Caitlin, everyone. Okay. Anybody else? Cocktails? Cabernet?
So what was the winning hand? Drunk as fast.
4.
Oh, shit. Cruising down the street.
Good boy, Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, get him, man.
Almost.
I don't want to say it in the middle of the hand, but
In the wrong.
I'll do it for you. Can't show favorites in the middle of the hand.
They were suited, weren't they? Oh.
Double
Oh,
shot.
yeah, okay.
As they say.
Oh, yeah, that's why. I was straddled. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I had to remember.
There we go, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
it's forced in.
you're on a putt. Forced in.
Under the gun straddle.
Well, let me just tell you, if he wasn't in, you got paid by.
You didn't call?
Yeah, I can call it.
Alright, 2 folds. 3 makes it 18.
Why me?
Because I know what you got. A lot of chips in your pocket. No, I know what you had.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to get there.
What I have?
You had to overpair to the board. I had top there, so I was gonna go with that.
5 folds.
10, 6, 4, 5.
Ace on it.
Oh, ace on the board?
Yeah. I was like,
That's why.
6 makes the call. 7 calls. 8 folds.
I don't mind me at all. Sorry for raising.
And then 8 calls.
Heads up.
It's sometimes 4.
Okay, so I have 4 cards here, gentlemen and ladies. I'm going to take this card and put it back on top. This will be the flop.
didn't hit my hand on my 5-4.
Okay. 7 checks. 9 checks. 3 checks. 4 checks. 6 checks. 7 checks.
sketchy because he didn't button Stroud.
He does. Yeah, exactly.
Good hand.
Those go right here. This.
That's the right place.
Alright, button
Can you straddle behind the button?
Throttle under the gun and all.
No Mississippi.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick look at the wins and losses so far. 81 hands into tonight's 2-2 no limit hold'em deep stack cash game. Chris, only been in the game about 30 minutes, stuck 1,200. Kyle still crushing, plus 1743.
I don't know actually. I mean, it depends. If you can get a list for the game together, maybe.
Will in the small blind picking up ace jack offsuit in a straddle pot, makes it 17 to go. I think you can go a little bit bigger in straddle pots. I think you can open to 5x if you're the first one in, especially from the small blind. But 17 is a good number. Gets called in 2 spots. We're going 3 ways to the flop. E. McKenzie, headphones guy, down 600 bigs. King high board misses all 3 players. Ace jack makes a pair. Eric picks up the open ender. That's 30 into 50. Let's see if Will's going to look him up here with second pair after being the pre-flop raiser.
8 makes it 90.
He doesn't just look him up. He comes at him for a raise. 3x.
6 makes the call.
Eric's not going anywhere with the open ender. Makes the call. 233 in the middle. Will blocking one of Eric's outs. Eric doesn't get there. Nice play by Will coming in with the raise on the turn there. Looks like Eric going to try to turn his hand into a bluff here. Bets 85. That's a tricky number. Puts Will in a tough spot. It almost looks like he wants a call. All of us watching here on the delay, obviously we know he doesn't want to call, but he makes it look good. Tough spot for Will. Will makes the call. Will makes the call, picks off the bluff. Makes you wonder if he sizes bigger there, if Will still calls. Did Will make up his mind? He's calling no matter what. But taking that small size on the river, I definitely like that. Makes it look like a value bet. Makes it look like he wants some action there.
So, moral of the story, you got your fried rice.
I got my fried rice.
How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good.
Everything worked out.
I mean, let the stream know how you feel. They're here watching you.
Give him an update.
Give them an update. Let us know. Let them know what we got.
Pissed off the waitress.
That story was at least worth like 2 more viewers. I gotta tune in for this
Oh, I missed
fried rice
it.
story.
I thought you asked me if that was a straddle.
Yeah, way to go.
I asked him too. I said, do you want to straddle? He goes,
Listen, I'm going with
he
a
just ignores
standard,
you. Like, oh,
standard 2-2
I just
raise.
want a pot. I'm not. He had to put that hand in the nose.
Standard 2-2 raise.
Doesn't even count as a raise.
Standard 2-2 raise.
That should be raised on principle.
Standard either. Could have made it 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Call this. Even if there's no callers, they're always.
That should be raised on principle. I mean, I'm not in the hands like can influence action, but
Like, look at this shit. Limp City, huh? Make it 40, get 1 call.
players from over there coming in to come call this in.
35.
Can I buy you 40 here?
You what?
Mill 18 in the chat says no bluff for you. That's right. We'll pick them off one time.
With fried rice in one hand.
Yeah, I understand why they do do that here, you know? to
Yeah,
not-
run it
not-
back.
But I understand why they set that, like they didn't raise the minimum, like they not,
Plus 300 that I go.
just wait,
Right.
people that wanna buy for that
What
much.
a pot we have here.
There's a bomb pot.
Oh shit, let me get my cards. Shit, I'm probably live right now.
No, I'm just trying to drill the nuts on the flop.
Give me,
That's all you want?
I'm drilling,
You got your fried rice, so that's all you want.
I'm drilling the nuts on the flop, and I'm ripping every bit of it.
hey, Russ, we missing out on that?
We're the only ones that got bad hands, I guess.
7 players.
339.
No, flopping the nuts, maybe next time.
9 and 1 check. 3 check.
Trying to make enough money to give me another brown rice.
5 check.
Don't do it. What are you doing?
At least somebody there.
7 and 8.
Oh, damn.
Yep, 86 to her.
I feel like you either don't flush or you flop. That would have mine this way.
I like what you just did. It's pretty good. It's like I never missed a beat. Chase is big. This is my all-in holder. What are you talking about?
Need to rake some point. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay. Can you imagine casinos?
What just happened? I know. I'm watching it too.
If casinos did that, like, a round of, like, whoever wins the hand on the button. Whoa! Oh, jeez. No, just leave him turned over. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Wow, good.
Well, Jim, you got some info.
You got real good hands.
Better not give him that.
I'm folding it
Lucky.
because it's unfair.
Okay, so
I
he's
got
gonna
the
find
Not sure what's happening this hand. Looks like
He's not calling.
the 6 seed prematurely exposed his hand
Yeah, Jack Don's crazy.
before the 5 seed called.
Beat me to that one.
He has jacks, right?
Pocket 4s were no good anyway.
No, my 9 plays.
Queens and 10s with a 9 are better than queens and 10s with an 8.
Verbal is out of, you know.
I forgot, if we were playing poker in jail, then that would.
Well, you might have been stabbed if they played both.
That sounds like a losing proposition. No matter what happens. Yeah, you shout that out. You might.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm not super sure what happened that hand. Looks like looked like the all-in player prematurely exposed his hand.
Come get your move out, homie. Look, you get to pick the bomb pot size. You're under the gun.
I do?
Yeah. And if you make it 6, is that all the Is that the size right there?
No. I mean, let's make it 23.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I can still straddle a bit.
My 175 went to good.
Purple's binding, right?
23.
Oh, he didn't get to decide.
What are we doing?
3 seats making it 23.
23?
Is that the ball?
Are we doing it 23 blind for nobody
Yeah,
else?
I'm button straddle. So did I just ruin everything? Can I take it back?
23 from 3?
Is this the ball?
Yeah.
23, right?
4 calls, 5 calls.
I did button straddle.
I didn't like that amount.
Is this MJ or LeBron?
Yeah, I didn't look, so I don't agree.
Trying to make
You
sure.
said 29, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said 30. I was like, what?
Russ makes it 100.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Russ, Kyle, and Chris give a
Yes, sir, Buff.
I'm in the middle of a hand, man. What you interrupted me?
You don't want
No, but I checked.
Run it.
It might have been one of those things where, like one of these where it doesn't read his hand, and like he wins the pot, but since it doesn't read, it looks like
Yeah, that's strong. Strong. I'm just going to have first, Jim.
40 grand here and lost it at $300. Not
don't have a good hand, Jim. I go,
Like, can I suck out? Nope.
I only looked at one.
And the other one's a 6 or a 10.
Maybe if they just, that's possible, if they just,
Means one of them eight.
if they got a picture, they might have just changed the name.
bluff you.
Put the seat open for 26 minutes.
Change that name to Crest Bowl Reunion.
Then I get to go home.
We gotta spread those bomb pots around.
Yeah, I know. Well, I haven't won one yet. Right now, you haven't?
You haven't won just.
Hello?
Should be a mandatory show.
Oh, that should be. What's that? Mandatory show or bump?
That, ooh, I wrote that in. Can I second
They
that
just
motion?
like, it's hard
I
to
think
understand
that was the last one. That was the last
how
one.
the
Yeah,
action
we can just tell us what you have.
They don't understand that when they do stuff like that, it affects the whole thing.
Alright, we'll do one at the last game. Okay.
There's no reason for that. Well, they get paid now, so they get a tournament down every time they do it. Yeah, so they deal their box time and they get a tournament down when they action track. It's worth it.
64. I'm gonna check it. Made it 64.
Kill it.
Don't
Usually what I
shortchange
do
me.
is I tell them,
You tried to up.
You were over on both numbers, sir.
Check. I checked already. That's like a sneaky check.
I love it.
Check.
Poker out loud, baby.
It's like a sneaky check. It's like a lean step on it. I'm just gonna fill you out with this $35.
That's like I have king.
I just have ace jack.
Okay.
They said that's I had spades.
I know kings, what?
What? What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Button strap. Looks up at the TV, that's from 30 minutes ago. He's still there. That's pretty quick.
I feel like you're hoarding all the room over here. Like I lease this piece of real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like your chips that like, can I get like a landlord fee or some shit?
Whatever you need, Dad. I'm just trying to win a pot.
It's been a minute.
Oh, cool. I mean, I ain't got shit, but like,
After getting called by King High, it's just been over from there.
yeah, that one was kind of like, I at least thought you would have ace high.
Right, right. Like you can be bluffing. I mean, I guess you're never bluffing with ace high.
I know. Did y'all play with him earlier?
I did.
Yeah.
I played him earlier.
7 seat.
Yeah,
I wonder. At first I thought
Yeah,
he
he
misread.
really
At first I
was.
thought he misread his hand.
I was there for like 15 minutes, and that's all I got from him. He was super
Oh
fast.
yeah, he was.
I've never played with any of them. I don't have any idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is
Except
the worst part.
That was like the weirdest reaction to a call with King High beat, right? I wonder if he misread his hand.
Yeah, because he thought he was beat.
I really think
I
he
don't
misread
think
it. I don't want to say that when
Wait,
he
he thought he was beat.
Well, the way that he like flipped it.
I really, yeah, he
I
wasn't really.
all I saw was the King
That's what
High.
my impression was.
I really wonder if he
Again,
misread
that
his
King
hand.
High Hero call was nothing to the pocket seven.
Yeah, the
Just
pocket
saying.
seven-
That's
Pocket
snap
sevens.
call pocket.
I mean,
You know
on
what
an
I'm saying?
ace 994 forward and you got snapped. with
He's just an
that.
animal. That's all. What are you gonna say?
Straight savagery.
Well, that's what made me want to pay him off earlier when I thought.
I forgot to travel again.
I know.
Y'all gotta start sending out memos or some shit.
I'll
Hey.
email you.
Email me next time.
Beeper.
Beaver. Yeah,
Hit
page
me on the pager.
Say paper.
It's just, it's a flat 15.
15.
We'll see the
Hard,
first
hard,
three.
hard
and then
15. Call or flat?
I'll reopen the app.
we'll- Can't reopen. Check. So I need a 3 or an 8. Of diamonds. I got pocket 4s.
No, you don't.
With the 4 diamonds. Nice. Nice.
I made that bet thinking I probably had that card.
Listen, I was like 3 or 8.
Batman, Batman in the chat asking about high hand promos. There is high hand promos every day here at Best Bet Jacksonville. Looks like tonight it ended at 11 p.m. though. We were doing 300 every 20 minutes from 8 to 11, so it just ended. I saw that open-ended straight flush draw, but you got to use 2 cards here at Best Bet Jacksonville. So
Listen, I'm snapping.
if he gets there, it doesn't count anyway. Unfortunately, he probably still wins the pot, but he's not going to win the high hand.
You got the big line over there. Little check raise from the button.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Hit him with the old button check raise. People.
What happened here, buddy?
What happened,
What
dude?
happened?
Gosh.
Fucking nit. Somebody's on lockdown.
Trust me, I'm not.
Get laid.
Oh, same person.
67.
See, look, I saved $4.
Good job.
We have one more dealer change?
No, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Nice and 54 off.
They're closing it in 20 minutes, right? I turn into a pumpkin anyway.
You like buy the button?
Are we on Twitch? We ain't got no stream snipers, though.
Alright, so now 6 is coming in, he's gonna buy
Play a lot of Call
You
of
do,
Duty.
but they're 15 minutes behind.
I play a lot of Call of Duty, so the guys that are on Twitch be like, stream snipers, they'll watch him and they look at him.
Yeah, it happens a lot on games like this.
Yeah, when they're on Twitch.
How much COD do you play?
He's gonna take your
I don't
picture.
play the I play Blackout.
This
That's it.
third shift works for us old guys. We're gonna have to move this back to 6:30.
What do you mean us?
7 o'clock.
Us,
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah,
don't lump me in with you.
The young blood agrees as well. It should be like 4:30 to like 2 a.m.
Right? That would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Get to bed by 3.
The heck with them West
Taco Bell at
Coasters.
2:30.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares about West
Well, they're watching the Vikings. They're not
Whoever's
watching this.
most stuck gets free food, you know?
We used to do that
cares?
actually
We're
here,
not
like
competing
2
with
years
them.
ago when they started this. We would do wall floss for the losers.
Yeah, one's been running for
The
20
one
years
riders
and
on
gets,
Atlantic.
5,000 views across all platforms, and Best Bet gets like 20. Don't bother. Just, it's no big
Not
deal.
gonna make a
You
dent.
guys can take your
I know.
unless you were
Not gonna make a dent.
Welcome up there.
Yeah, stack that kid.
Uh-oh,
Please. Please. But you're the two, you know? No, I'm not. Russ has got 2 pumpkins. So you got 1 blind this end.
Yeah, I'm hiding back in.
You shoot me out 5.
Oh, really?
Brian?
I'm trailing it.
Shoot me a red. Can't see a freaking thing, but 5 week.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'll make you change. You're right.
I'm getting like you.
Yeah, see? 7 call, 8 fold.
I just
We gotta blame it on the other team.
stealthily out of the middle of the hand when people are looking.
Oh, God.
Quickly sneak him on.
You barely didn't hear me.
Crazy daisy, but
You didn't hear me. I said I had a monster.
Wasn't even looking.
I got him on. Did you say all that?
Not yet.
Did you just snap that?
Not yet. He will.
All in last hand, everyone.
I'll do it blind.
I guarantee in the next 20 minutes he'll say all in at
Might
least
be
once.
down. 7 I like that kind of shit. Just kidding. I like
Guy
that.
right here said he's into that BDSM poker style.
It's a lively table. You know,
Oh, perfect.
it's like, what do you mean, to put up with that?
Entering the hands in. That's it. Wish I had more. 3 folds.
Let him call, let him call, let him call.
That's it.
So when they had this live stream, you two were the only dealers?
Yes. I'll go back and forth.
Sadly, yeah.
That's cool. So how'd y'all get this? Did y'all get like a $2 an hour pay raise or what?
I don't think you mean
Make
like
any more? Oh, it's
every
different too.
2 games? Is that what you?
It's always just.
Y'all are all
see him on here a lot.
Yeah,
Every
there's
time
like, there's like five or
that's
six
what
maybe
he
that are
does.
trained in it.
I was about to say, every Friday night I see that guy on the live stream.
But you can't bunch.
He's good crusher. He's the best. He's alright.
I'm glad I
So
didn't.
we quit trialing?
Hey, take the
Glad I didn't either.
Listen, that's like the third one that has a button shot. Kind of getting a little
Because you can button throttle. but
Kyle
button
didn't do
throttle
it, so
does
he
get
started.
super slow.
Everyone, yeah, everyone said,
So,
oh,
yeah,
no,
I would, if we both.
he's on one.
You won 2 grand, so you got to stop.
Supersedes button. It's usually vice versa. Other button usually supersedes.
Whack ass rules.
ready to play a ball. And he beat me earlier with my jack. I had queens at him. Oh, did you? I had jack. When the king was on the turn. What? You have queens now?
18 bets, 30.
Jack's no good. Really serious now. Spade one time. Drilled it.
I feel like I'm playing live in the Bike West Side Edition.
That's one of the five.
Commerce is better.
Huh?
Commerce is better.
Really? I can't afford to play on live in the Bike.
You got a cheap, like, what's his name?
Who?
Guy in California.
Oh, I don't know.
I know what I'm talking about. Mike something? He was, somebody when Cena had his own, he was being there, you could see the live stream live. He was well.
Really? What a douche move. I'd have caught him in the parking lot and castrated his ass. And then tried to sleep with his
He was crushing like 2-5 and 5-10 games, but he would never go up and stay.
All right, guys, jumping back in here. Kyle with all the chips, making queens and sevens with a 10. Will's got some mystery cards, though. Will's played well all night. Bets 235 here when the board pairs.
Nobody actually definitively caught him, but if you watch it online, it's Mike.
What are you talking about, Possum?
Possible, yeah.
Did they ban him?
That's about 235 into what was about 350, so a little more than 2/3 pot. Really putting the pressure on Kyle here
Answer the door, because there's a lawsuit.
All the players that have lost.
with a medium strength 2-pair hand.
Because, I mean,
He's got queens and sevens.
because he could just.
Will could have some better queens.
I mean, people, if he was a jury, going to understand the cards. Call from me.
Kyle makes the call. Looks like, I think it looks like Will's got pocket fours here. He's got mystery cards. He does. He's got 2 red 4s. Makes 4s full of 7s.
There we go.
Like, that's what they're gonna
Well
try.
played by Will, getting max value there. Bet just enough for Kyle to call. If he'd gone a little bigger, Kyle might have folded. Bet just enough to get some value out of Kyle. 4s full of 7s for
Like,
Will.
you can't even have your phone, like, out at all.
Takes a big one off the chip leader here late in this 2-2 deep cash game.
You can't be on your phone. I'm like, I'm not on. I'm watching this. Oh, well, it's a stream of some sort of like.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know.
I was like, where'd my. Oh. I guess you want me to fold.
We do that here in tournaments.
Yeah, they usually
Close it on the stream.
put it on the hand.
Yeah, he's
Russ opening up 2 9s under the gun +1.
Dang, I called you so light too.
Saw the 4, I saw you go, oh.
It looked like you were deciding on a like bluff catcher, not like a
Yeah, it wasn't
am I good
You
average.
can call it like ace high.
You had like 9s or something. Or what was whatever the non something like that.
I'd rather you turned over like kings.
Oh, you wanted me to turn over kings?
No, like if you turn over kings, I'd be happy with it.
Because then I can only have ace 2 kings.
Yeah. Fourth was good, obviously, but good hit.
Yeah, that hand hand you were talking about where he was like trying to constantly do this with the cards.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that was that PLO hand that his opponent that he could.
Oh yeah, it was PLO.
It was
you're right.
PLO, and he was like, "You gotta show your card." And it's like, how do you even know that it's not reading your cards?
Right.
Or it's not reading
Like
the guy's
every
cards?
time somebody has a draw, he would raise.
Yeah.
Every time he has like, you know,
I mean,
he gets in a bad
yeah,
spot,
I know that.
he makes
There's no
it
reason to
perfect.
debate it at this table. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Is that two?
Just like, it was cool when they like spammed all those videos though. Like everybody's making videos.
I think it was Doug and Joey made like.
Well, Joey did 5 days straight, or 6
Joey made
or
like
7 days
5
straight,
hours.
or something.
He crushed it.
So he had live streams every day.
Bitter drinks, cocktails.
Like catching a cheater. That was like,
Yeah.
Right.
that's serious.
Any bitter drinks?
Yeah, but there's really no way to prove that he. I mean, you know he was
Yeah.
cheating, like your gut instinct tells you he's cheating, but there's no way to actually put definitive proof on it without.
Without
Right.
smoking gun.
That's the problem.
Because you can tell a jury or something, and
Right.
show them graphs of the math, like it's literally impossible.
Brett flops the big open ender here.
It's really good.
Turns top pair. 2 flush draws. 2 straight draws on board.
Yeah.
Cody T
Yeah.
trying to get there one
Literally-
time.
literally
Can't do
someone
it.
who was- they caught looking at cards.
Brett makes
on
Broadway
a
here on the
higher
river.
graph than possible.
Spades get there.
Equal, like win rates. Apostles VPIP was like 80% or something.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
But not on the
I mean,
stream.
I ain't
Yeah, I was
seen
on
him.
stream.
I think Daniel Negreanu is the best reader in the game.
Are you part of the class action?
No, because I didn't lose a hand to him. Because I'm better, I'm
Before
better
the
than
date
him.
was before the date where they started. I mean, because it's funny, they ran it back.
E. McKenzie in the chat. Yeah, Kyle lost a big one to Will here a few minutes ago. So now he's probably
Yeah.
only up 5 buy-ins instead of 8.
Named him Crusher.
6 session for Kyle.
Y'all got a group
And you
high
know,
on
somebody's somebody has to be helping.
Yeah, somebody has to.
It was the guy running the stream, like the main guy,
Did they fire him right away?
probably.
Karachi or whatever. Jay.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah. He basically had vanished.
And it's always just one guy that runs a stream like that. It has to be more than one person. I mean, because he was
Well, they
cheating.
thought it was
He
also
was cheating for hours straight. Because you know,
It was every stream. It was every stream.
I would be trying to hit him where it hurts though. So like I'd be trying to talk to his mother, his sister, his wife. I mean like I'd be hitting like Fab 4 right there. Trying to get his mother.
No, if
pregnant.
that anybody like poker related in like the jury or anything, it's so,
And then divorcing her.
I know.
Tag battles in the chat. That's right.
his lawyer and disqualified.
Kyle versus Will. Battle of the big stacks. We got a couple more hands for you guys tonight. Thanks for tuning in, sticking it out for us. 2-2. No limit deep stack cash. Russell limping in with the suited connectors out of the small blind in the straddle pot. 9-8 of hearts. Chris limping right behind him. Ace-10 offsuit. Pocket trays for Big Jim in the 5 seat.
Somebody can associate roulette with both people.
Jay Carter, 123 in the chat. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, here in the banner? Yeah, we'll fix that. Thanks for the heads up. We'll take care of it for you. Ten, 10, 8 flop. Not the best flop for 2 trays. Cody's in there with a mystery hand. Cody's been pretty active this game. You could have a 10. Will in position with 2 black 9s. Makes a move. Bets 60 into about 130. Takes that one down. Makes it look easy.
Huh?
You had 2 overs.
I had ace-10 out of flop trips.
I know I'm saying 3 flop. You had 2 overs.
Ace-10 offsuit, you can't play with a raise and a re-raise. Hell, out of position? Hell no.
Should have ripped it.
Be a good flopper.
Slide over back.
Brian, new guy in the 6th seat, picking up ace queen offsuit. Calls the $15 raise from Kyle in the big blind with king 5 offsuit. Cody T putting in the big 3-bet here with pocket tens. Makes it 50 to go. Kyle makes the call. King 5 offsuit, getting loose with that big stack. Brian gets a really good price to continue with ace queen offsuit. We're going to the flop 3 ways. Looks like ace queen gets the best of it.
Because I was so leaning with the 50, huh?
Cody, the pre-flop 3-better, gets the action checked around to him, leads out for 70 into 171. Kyle originally opened the pot with king 5 offsuit. Now he flops a 5. Got to continue. Makes the call here for 70. Brian's in the lead. Ace queen off, makes it, pops it 170. I think his stack's a little wrong. It says he's only got 66 back, but as you guys can see, he's got a little more than 66. Probably 166. All right, Kyle gets out of the way. King 5 offsuit, no good. Heads up to the turn. Cody T picking up a gut shot here. Needs a jack. He's got 4 outs. I'm sorry, he's got 6 outs. 4 jacks, 2 tens. Cody leads out for 100. Looks like. Gets the full. That was a weird hand. Ace queen good. Brian takes down a monster. Plus 361 that hand.
Folded jack 10.
That diamond draw was that.
Looks like it's smashed the 8.
I hit the 8.
With 8s?
No, just one. I was about to say. And I ripped turn.
You ripped it right there?
Yeah, I mean, if he only has 120 left. 17. You know I'm going to rip it. Like, I'm going to try to get you off whatever you got. Oh, yeah. Aggression. What's that diamond draw? Once it was check, I know you ain't have diamond draw. Next time I'm just going to rip it.
Cody T with the mystery cards again, making it 17 to go under the gun plus 1. Brett folds the ace 10 offsuit. Elena makes the call to black 9s in the hijack. Russ makes the call. Kyle with the big stack, picking up 2 black queens. We've seen Kyle just flat in these spots a couple of times tonight. Not going to do it. This time he goes for the 3-bet, makes it 92 to go. Takes it from 17 to 90. He says, come and get it. You guys want to play for it? We're going to play for it all. Cody T makes the call. Calls the additional 75, only leaving himself 118 behind.
We got 2 more overs, right? What's that? We got 2 more overs, right?
Elena here in a tough spot. She's got 374 behind and 2 black 9s. Looks like she's thinking about folding here. Yep, in the muck. Mystery cards in the muck.
Heads up with their brother. Your other brother just got me for 400, so I got to get some back from somebody.
All right, so there's 240 in the middle. Cody's only got 118 behind. He's really only got 1 move.
What are we working with? I got a pair of 4s right now.
Check, all in. I think I just heard him say I got a pair of 4s right now. Check, all in, call.
What's with the other? We got 8 ace 4 clubs. No, your call. What's the other?
Looks like that's going to do it for Cody. Anytime your opponent doesn't want to show their hand on the river, you're either getting slow rolled or you have the best hand.
Hey, that one's got blacks in it, I think.
That's going to do it for Cody T. Looks like he's going to hit the rail. I think he put 2 bullets into this 2-2 no limit hold'em cash game. He said that's enough. That's enough punishment for one night. I'm going to hit the rail. Can't beat Kyle. That's why he's got 2,000 in chips. Running good. Must have had like ace-4 or something. You don't want him to turn over 4-5 right there. E. McKenzie in the chat. It's pretty good.
You had just had a 7. That'd be super dirty. Although you did flip over 1-4 at a time on the way.
Yeah, that was actually accidental.
I know, I was hoping you would just say like full out. So like.
This time Brian picking up pocket kings in the big blind after Elena raises queen deuce of clubs. Looks like he just calls. We're going to be heads up to the flop. Got a single raise pot. We've seen this move a lot here at 2-2 tonight. Oh. Flops middle set on the ace-king tray board. We've seen this move a lot. Players just flatting here with these monsters and these single raised pots getting to the flop. Seems to be a common theme here in the 2-2 deep games. Giving Elena a free shot at making the wheel. She needs a 4. Oh, gets there. How do you not lose your whole stack right there? I told you, when you check that turn card, you're giving her a free shot. The hearts definitely saved Brian some money. Elena a little afraid of the hearts. She just calls the river. Looks like she looked down and realized how much value she probably missed. Yeah, pretty tough to put her on a deuce right there. E. McKenzie, yeah, she bet all 3 streets.
I was going to re-raise her. That's where you went wrong. Yeah.
She bet all 3 streets right there.
But she said heads up.
Stone cold bluff. Brian checked the turn, gave her a free shot at making the wheel on the river. She bet it. He just called, and then she got there anyway. Gross one.
Yeah, just bomb pop. Oh my god, why couldn't I get aces or something?
I thought he was grabbing like
You could have raised there, and we couldn't have done anything. It's the last hand.
Ooh, he's putting his powers on.
I checked. This is like an above average spot.
No, I checked.
You have 2 pair outs?
Yeah, I got a lot of shit out. That's not one of them. Check. 6 check. Check.
Sounds like this might be the last hand of the night. Looks like they're doing did a bomb pot? Is that what's happening? Got a lot of players to the flop here.
It's not even my only chance to get anything back from you.
Kyle, the astounding chip leader in the game so far. He's going to need multiple racks to get out of here.
Even if I hit, I'm still losing.
that's not a winning proposition.
Crowded.
Check.
Looks like Kyle makes a straight here on the river. Makes a gutter ball, fills up, makes the straight, bets 200 into 440. How else would you end the night tonight? Jim Rivers 2 pair, Jackson 6s with an ace.
Good night, everybody. Let it go.
Jackson 6s with an ace for Big Jim there in the 5 seat. Of course, Kyle makes a straight on the last hand of the stream. Kyle running super good tonight. Will with an ace. Everybody got a piece of it. Will lets go of it. Brett's got king high. It's going to go in the muck. Trying to get that gut shot one time. Gets through Brett. Chris with one pair. Way in last place.
I have Jack's.
Jackson what is the question?
You gotta show us one.
I mean, I get to see it regardless.
I'm taking out the box. Can't see him.
You got 15 minutes?
Chris trying to figure out if he's got if there's any way Kyle's bluffing here. I don't think he has to. It's the last hand of the night, and he's got a mountain of chips. Why would he risk it without the best hand?
He said it was last thing he showed. We did say bomb hat, buddy.
You just say the C word and run right out the door. They can't do anything about it.
Fine, I'll show. What do you think?
The production crew is in agony.
Oh. You said you would show. You said you would show.
Chris finds the fold button. Kyle, of course, he makes a straight on the last hand of the night. Been running way above average tonight. Ooh, shows one. Ooh, shows them both. 6-high straight. Kyle makes the nuts one last time on the way out the door. There you go, guys. That's going to do it for us here at Best Bet Live. 2-2, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Kyle, the big winner in the game tonight. Chris stuck a little bit. For myself, the dealers, the production team. We'll see you guys Saturday night for 2-5, no limit hold'em. Still got some spots on the list. Let me know if you want to get in the game. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out.